Well, that was annoying. All
I
right,
bet.
go ahead, finish your thought when he comes back in here, and then we'll go from there. It looks like now it's working fine.
Okay, fine. My internet
Okay,
on the other side
mic check,
went kaputs.
one couplet, one shit thing after another. Friggin' bullshit.
The age of the AI is coming, though.
Yeah, we all know it's coming. Before you know it, wrestling will be in AI.
You do realize Vince will probably find a way to keep his subconscious alive in AI.
Everyone's
What is,
grabbing.
he's
Everyone's
gonna he's
grabbing
gonna
very deeply right now. It's gonna be like
he's
a
gonna put
yeah.
his head
Put
on
its
a
conscious
jar.
inside. Put its
He's
conscious inside a person, like Cyberpunk 2077.
no, he's gonna put his
Yeah.
head on a jar, and then there's like a cable linked to his subconsciousness.
God help us. Why are we talking
So,
about this?
so here's what I was
Why are
saying.
we doing this? Seriously.
So
Go ahead,
did you
Eric.
all hear about the Hardy Boys' ranting on podcast?
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, I'm talking about creative differences. Gee, where I've heard that before. But besides
Yeah.
that,
Well, guess what? Guess what came out today? That should have told everyone. Yeah, Jeff, can you please shut up?
what?
Jeff Hardy, after he had eye surgery, is still dealing with double vision.
Yeah, well, there you
And
go.
Jeff Hardy is complaining that he is not being booked in bigger stuff.
Delusions of a madman. Also, CM Punk's back in the WWE in case people have been living under a rock. We also, of course, saw the damnedest, most violent match I've ever seen in AEW history. We saw a greater story than Cody Rhodes, who failed to finish his at WrestleMania. I said what I said. At Full Gear main event, we are now on the verge of the year's end as we approach World's End, and now we have AEW with the first ever round robin tournament. And Kota Ibushi is going to wrestle a Pro Wrestling Noah against Marufuji on January 2nd. What the fuck? And we're here Monday night because I'm tired, I'm sick of shit, but I'm still here. But why am I here? Because once again, I am the madman behind this crazy group where we always discuss all things wrestling. Let's freaking get into this. Hello again, everybody, whoever tunes into this, whether live or on demand, but I'm doing this on demand this time because of one particular individual. But you know what this is, unless you haven't, let me introduce you, for I am the simple man of the simple brand, the voice of the JMN, and probably one of the brainchilds of ATW, for being perfectly honest here. And my name is Noel Foster, with the Inquirer, with the Enforcer, and with the man that always likes to rock like Prince Nana. Always be in the money, will be in the money 2025 like Rockstar will be allegedly. Only time will tell. Well, gentlemen, it's been a moment. We 5 minutes to the last month of the year, and yes, I am sick right now. In case you all are wondering, both mentally and physically. But damn my illness. Good to see y'all once again, Lex. This was definitely your idea. Curse you. Worse than Danhausen on a Monday night, making us wait to do this after a 3-hour nonsense. But if nothing else, I guess you gave me 2.5 hours of sleep.
By
So
the
first
way,
off,
there's been an update on WWE Raw.
well, why don't we just go ahead and get right into it then? Fuck it. Go ahead, Inquirer of all things news, Eric. What you got on your head?
So WWE decided to pull a Fine Bros tactic.
Explain.
WWE came out and was like, "Attention, everyone! We are copyrighting the word yeet."
Oh Jesus!
You know, that doesn't surprise me because if they didn't
And
do it,
then
Fall Guys might
WWE
be
got
good.
reported, got told, "Yeah, you can't copyright that." And WWE's response to this was, "Okay, Jay, looks like you gotta get rid of all the yeet stuff. We're throwing away the merchandise, the catchphrase. We're not letting you say it on TV. We're gonna distance it from it. We can't copyright it. Therefore, it's useless to us."
I mean, free range expression in WWE goes about as far as the script writer is willing to let you. And again, CM Punk is there, so CM Punk's already on a short lease, I'm sure.
Man, when they said they copyrighted Yeet, man, I'm pissed because I will never get to hear the
They
one in the
tried,
Rumble.
they can't.
No, the Rumble where if Jay eliminates someone, everyone in the crowd will scream Yeet.
But Jay has to be like, "I can't say it."
Doesn't mean the people won't. Doesn't mean the people won't say it. Then again, WWE is very heavily filtered as it is. But good to see you, Eric. King, been a moment. Good to see you as always in your house. And yes, we'll definitely slowly talk about 2025. At least one thing we know about that. But how you feeling tonight, man?
I'm feeling good. As you can tell, the shades. This is just of disappointment, as y'all see the headline. So I'm keeping everyone for a good while.
Let's be honest here. Are we really surprised at the track record of Rockstar? And let's be fair. How many times was Grand Theft Auto 5 delayed? And by the time that it came out, it still delivered. Okay, so I already knew they were not going to bring
Yeah,
out
but
Grand
it
Theft
was-
Auto next year.
it's sort of delivering.
I had no expectations of Grand Theft Auto coming out next year. But you know what? It's in Vice City. It's the city of neon, party, bikinis.
And I can
It's got
punch Ron
80s synthwave.
DeSantis.
So yes, and you might fulfill your long-awaited fantasies. So you know what? Wake up like Evanescence King and build your spirit up and dance like Prince Nana if you want, if we reach that point, because Nana's still a thing in AEW, among so many others. So good to see you. Lex, you caused this Monday night shenanigan to happen. So as always, man, good to see you. I know you've been busy. You've been also, of course, hanging out with the former Cruiserweight Classic participants. You also got a unique archive with PWI edition. And you've been involved in watching women's wrestling in the Philippines, your home country. How you been,
Yep.
man? What you been up to?
Yeah, I've been busy a lot with work and stuff. I had to catch up with wrestling in the Philippines because, of course, it's the last show of the year, and I had to. And yeah, this is the only time until the last of ATW view of 2023. I'm gonna be making another. Till after that, I'm gonna be busy again in Japan.
Right.
Are you
And of
going to
course,
Wrestle Kingdom finally?
Yes.
there you go. We got, well,
Heck
again,
yeah.
you got Wrestle Kingdom, you got Pro Wrestling Noah, and the week before that, you got Dream Kingdom on one.
But now I get to bring this up since we're talking about Japan a little bit.
Go for it.
At the end of January, Sports Illustrated confirmed Okada is considering other options when his contract expires.
Can you guys imagine the Rainmaker in WWE? What would they do with that gimmick?
Well, let's
But-
see. Here's the thing.
They're gonna change his name. Probably.
Yeah, but here's the thing. WWE apparently is only pushing Nakamura because they were like, look, Okada, we are definitely not going to turn you into a stereotype.
Right.
But accept the fact that Okada's main priority is to stay with his family in Japan. And I have a feeling if he does enter free agency, there's only two options here. Either one, he gets that Osprey deal of what Osprey got in Full Gear, or two, he resigns in New Japan. Those are
What
only
if he
two
goes
options.
back to TNA?
He will never touch that
No.
company again.
Nah, he had PTSD in TNA.
Yep.
Can you blame him of what he was given as you talked about the gimmick? But yeah, I mean, the aspects of Okada going to something else is also bizarre in its own right, but it's not the first time he talked about maybe it's time for me to explore other avenues. Why you think right now he's a six-man never overweight champion with the greatest summit of those three that we've ever seen hold those belts with Tomohiro Ishii and the ace Hiroshi Tanahashi. Even the ace isn't involved in the main event, but the ace is actually going for a singles championship.
Yes. But this is what I said. I said this. There's going to be an influx of Son Okada fans from tribalists of many companies. My take, much like Jay White, Okada could benefit from a change of scenery. I mean, once he was handpicked to carry the Olympic torch, he was pretty much peaked all he could in New Japan as a mega star.
Well, according to Dave Meltzer, so take that for what you will, a lot of
Yes.
New Japan Pro Wrestling wrestlers are going to be on expiring contracts in 2024. So take that for what you will.
Yeah,
So
apparently
as
the yen to
as
dollar is going bad.
one from Stardom as well.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, a lot of contracts in general are expiring next year, guys. Like I said, next year is going to change and shape the industry as we know it. I mean, you got WWE looking at Julia, you got AEW looking at Julia, you got Kazuchika Okada right now under the button, and All Japan Pro Wrestling got back Kazuhiko Nakajima, who won the Triple Crown. So it's one of those things where we really don't know anything concrete about any company except for one thing. Will Ospreay will be elite for the longer term.
Yes.
Which good for him. But at the end of the day, look, we don't dictate the people's choice in what they choose to do in this career that they live by. What we idolize our friend of man, that is professional wrestling. If you support a talent, whether they go to the world of sports entertainment, God help them, or whether they go to the heavily politically inaccurate atmosphere that is AEW, let's just be honest here. Or they go back now to what was TNA as Impact Wrestling reaches its final resolution here. Those are your big three. Unless you stay across in your territory looking at Japan, Stardom, there's not a bigger women's promotion than Stardom unless they do like maybe Sendai Girls or Go Violence with Prominence. And as far as New Japan Pro Wrestling goes, they lead the front while you got Pro Wrestling Noah and All Japan Pro Wrestling probably as your secondaries. At the end of the day, a competitor in this industry is going to do one thing best for them, and that is what gives them the best money to support their family. And as long as you can provide them that, who are we to argue? Because we sure as hell don't have the wallet. Even though we spent $400 this year on AEW pay-per-views, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, World's End. Tony Khan finally came out and told everyone, well, you want to know where I got my name from World's End?
Avengers.
So,
He got it from a London bar, so it clearly involves alcoholism.
a London bar. So basically, when we went
London
all
pub.
in, so when we went all in earlier this year, that's where he got the name. Got it.
Apparently, it was during the Fulham stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, when
well,
I heard that, I was like, oh, God. Imagine, I'm like, I know it's not going to happen, but imagine if they just got Stone Cold just to bring in the beer.
Oh,
what? I mean, they got the Woo energy drinks, to be fair. And one thing that
Yeah,
we did
except no one
learn...
cares about Ric Flair right now, especially after his little moment on Rampage. That was
I feel like Ric Flair...
Which I'm glad it got edited out, by the way.
Yeah.
He can still go suck a blue chew.
Look, at the end of the day, let's leave Ric Flair alone and let's just focus on the fact that Sting's retiring next year at Revolution. We got our date, we got our venue, we got our reason, but the only thing we're missing at this point is the match. All right. So
Sting debuted. It ended where it all began. Revolution.
Yeah. 2000 and not necessarily. Remember, that was Christian Cage, and of course, Sting came in during Winter is Coming that year.
But his first match technically was Revolution.
That's fair. So you know what?
I mean, it ended where it all began. He wrestled at Revolution. He will end his career at Revolution.
Fair enough. All right, now that we spitball, let's actually get into this thing, shall we? Let's go ahead and start with the reason the man's got the shades, and then we can try and lift his spirit. Anthony, go ahead and lead it. As we now know, Rockstar Games has finally given us our first trailer. Surprise, motherfuckers. It was before freaking Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Standard Time.
Yeah, and they got hacked and leaked.
Well, yeah, at the end of the day, you're fucked. Nothing is private in this world anymore, as long as you have the internet at your disposal. So we got Rockstar Games giving us Grand Theft Auto 6, and now we know the date's 2025. We know the following right now. It will take place in Vice City, and there is a female protagonist, a Latina. So let's go ahead and start with you, King, since this is the primary reason you got the shades, and then maybe we can lift your spirits. Talk to us your thoughts about the trailer, not the release date. What's your initial expectations of Grand Theft Auto 6?
My initial thoughts of this is basically it's a Bonnie and Clyde type of story because I've watched the reaction multiple times and gone back and over like some Easter eggs or whatnot of my own opinion. So I'm like, from what I'm guessing in the trailer, this is going to be a Bonnie and Clyde type of storyline, which I don't mind that at all. Of course, you know, a different change, of course, being back in Vice City and all, which I have not seen Vice City since Grand Theft 4. So. Well, Grand Theft Vice City
stories on the PSP.
How about Grand Theft 4? What are you talking about? Botch.
I'm tired too. So,
but
nonetheless, I'm happy for it. You just, you know, the release date. I knew but nonetheless, I'm happy for it. It's been about 10 years, guys. 10 years.
Been a while.
It's a decade. It's a decade since the release date.
Well, I mean, consider how much money they pulled out of Grand Theft Auto 5 with microtransactions in the online community. And to your point, they've invested $1 billion into this. There's no telling how much more they're going to make off of this. Now, whether or not they exceed previous expectation based on what the initial thought process is when it comes to marketing this, that's a whole different conversation. But Lex, you literally work in gaming. Now, more so, you work, of course, in the Japanese RPG world and fighting world. You work at Capcom, stuff like that. What was your expectations on this trailer, and what's your initial take so far?
I have high hopes for GTA 6 because it's been 10 years since we last had the GTA game, and because the best GTA for me, the current gen era was GTA 4, the New York one, the Grand Theft Auto 4.
Mm-hmm.
Five delivered, but for me, it went past its due to the online and stuff because I think that GTA has like an expiration date when it comes to per games that they have to release like 2 to 3 years later, but GTA 5 has already overextended its stay now since we had GTA 6 now and it's gonna be in 2025. I have expectations for this game to be good, and I've seen the trailer itself when I woke up, and when I saw the trailer, like, oh, this graphics, it's gonna be also good in PC, PS5, Xbox Series
They made no
S.
mention of PC.
Well,
About to say you realize the history of Grand Theft Auto is put on console first, then put it on PC 2 years
Yeah.
later.
but yeah,
Continue.
they're gonna go to PC as well. Games,
Yeah.
they won't shy away from PC games. But
Well,
when I saw the graphics, like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the most streamed in Twitch for day one of the release date.
And hopefully people's computers don't melt from it, like
I'm
the
also
whole
I,
Cyberpunk 2077 fiasco initially.
I'm also excited for the story since Kings and Bonnie and Clyde, since it's gonna be a two protagonist, unlike the previous two GTAs that it has three protagonists.
Yeah, but the last one was the one where you could play all three. Grand Theft Auto 4, you may have had like maybe really three protagonists, but you only played as one, Nico Bellic. And as far as we know right now, yeah, there is two. Doesn't mean it will only be two, but honestly, I wouldn't mind that. And the whole Bonnie and Clyde thing, it's not the Wild Wild West. It feels more like a pride thing. This is what we are. This is the gang. We're family, etc., etc. It feels like that initially. And the protagonist starts out, seems like in jail or already gets arrested at some point. So
Also,
there you go.
my expectations, I hope they give GTA 6 justice, since Vice City was like a cult favorite besides GTA San Andreas, and God rest his soul, Ray Liotta, who voiced Tommy Vercetti. And I hope they had a tribute to him in Vice City, since he was uh he was a prominent figure in GTA Vice City, like an Easter egg or like a mural or something.
Yeah, I could see that somewhere. Maybe they'll have like his house. But well said. I love the fact they're also adding that single lane highway out to the Key West island, similar to, well, Florida right here in reality. If nothing else, I almost just wonder, though, at this point, how big this is going to be. Are they going to focus more on area itself or
well,
the in depth area itself? I've
it's
heard like mixed thoughts about that.
well, it's rumored the map size is larger than GTA 5. It's
They're
what
probably gonna
it's
have
rumored to
like
be.
a what do you call this? The like Puerto Rico or something, Cuba or something like that,
Mm,
connecting to Florida, like
yeah. And then I heard
Latin
also
America.
rumored you might be able to travel to other places. So whether or not you could travel like
There
to the
are two
island.
things I heard a few years back about GTA 6's setting. Apparently, the Rockstar might. I don't know if this is online or for story mode or for both, but they might do the Fortnite method where they'll expand areas.
Fortnite.
I did hear that. Hey, Fortnite was good for what it was. Let's not disrespect
It's
that.
a different genre. I'm a soloist. You know me, guys. I walk alone. I play game alone.
they,
Okay.
they have Peter Griffin now in Fortnite, so I was
Yeah,
surprised. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
yeah. Also, they have Metal Gear.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they'll add whatever protagonist, whatever IP
Yeah,
they want, because
I
yeah.
recently bought the Eminem skin, and I was so happy.
Yep.
I was like,
Yep. A whole
But
So,
bunch of
one
Mathers.
of
Lex,
the things I'm hoping
did you
for
lose
GTA
yourself yet?
6 is that we get actual expansion packs on the story, because they did promise that for 5, and then they just said F it because we have the online mode.
And that's why I hate online mode. I swear, all this is a money grab because I was hoping for more single player content. Meanwhile,
Oh,
Sonic Frontiers gave me the most difficult single player content I've had in a Sonic game in my entire Sonic gaming experience.
yeah, here's the thing. No, apparently there was some people finally looked into it. There was audio files that said that yes, they were going to do expansion packs for the story mode, and then they gave up on it. And all the continuation stuff you get is in the online mode.
Which I can get two shits less about.
there's gonna be what you call this data mines gonna be leaked some
Yeah.
part in the future, and then they're gonna browse through the data mines and see what's the DLC, what's gonna be next, what's
Hmm.
gonna be like that. Yeah, that happens in gaming. There's data mines.
Well, yeah, and people
Yeah.
know how to
Yep.
hack the code and modify it into their own, selfish desire or weird
Look,
fantasy.
as
That's the
long
world we
as we
live in.
don't get in a hot coffee fiasco, we're good.
You
Yeah,
know what? That wouldn't
pretty
surprise me
much.
if that happens. That wouldn't surprise me if it happens again. To be fair, So, Eric, I know you already had like one fantasy that you're hoping for our Grand Final 6. But what other expectations do you hope for now with this next installment by Rockstar Games in their, let's be honest, biggest franchise they've ever created?
Don't go 2077 on us.
Yes, don't do it.
Yes, don't do that.
2077 was a great game, but initially it was not built the right way, and that's what caused that backlash.
Wait, I
It's
hope
still
they.
it's still had a better recovery than No Man's Sky. Anyway,
I hope they
continue.
had the what you call this day one patch. Like when the game releases, then the patch will update if there's any problems.
Well,
Yeah, but
as
did
long as-
Cyberpunk have a day one patch and that didn't fix a thing?
Well, that's CD Project Red's problem, not Rockstar. But Rockstar knows the fans.
But look, I think we can all agree on one thing though.
What?
It will not be as broken and messed up and poorly handled than Fallout 76.
Of course, Fallout.
True.
That's absolutely fair.
In other
All
news,
right.
I just read a strange report that something happened in Arlington, Virginia.
Oh no, here we go. What did you do?
Oh, I didn't do anything. It's more like, oh my god, what the hell's going on?
See, this is
And
what
this
he
is
does.
something I would expect to happen in
He exposes
I know we're
himself to-
not talking about wrestling. We're just doing
Utter
this little
madness.
prologue thing. But this is what happened. Show this.
What am I looking at?
Whoa.
Yeah,
Jesus.
police did a search warrant, and then that happened.
Wait, didn't that happen before in recent time in Philadelphia? I think
Well,
Pennsylvania.
I don't know anything about
The
that,
house
but
blew up.
but all I know is that happened literally 2 hours ago.
Oh, the house just I think had a gas leak.
No, apparently this is a house that apparently the police hadn't executed a search warrant and were about to go in, and then kaboom.
Oh wow.
This is the world we live in. I hope we get a Phil Collins cameo in this game as well, like they did in the air tonight in the original.
Oh! I just had a thought. What if they start making references to Tony Khan in the game?
Eric.
Oh, come on! I mean, like they would have more of an excuse to do a reference to Tony Khan and the drug stuff than NWA did.
they're gonna make Tony Khan Tony Montana type.
How
Scarface.
dare you? Shout out to my all-time favorite movie, Scarface. Game, the world is yours. What I wouldn't give to see that.
I even
poured out
have
my
the Scarface socks too. Dang, y'all.
They're
They're
gonna probably have a mission where it's like a Scarface mission in GTA 6.
You know, I can see that. I think there will be travel to other locations too. Now, whether or not they have other cities like Las Venturas or San Fierro via like plane ride, or even a small version of Liberty City, I do think they are going to span out beyond the Miami area. If nothing else, if this is like a Bonnie and Clyde thing and Families Forever, and you're trying to make it big, what's the biggest thing you do?
They should
Vice
go
City?
to Jacksonville.
Drugs.
They should go to their own version of Jacksonville, where there'll be a statue in me and my honor since I was born there.
Eric, you got a unique fantasy, bro. You got more realistic possibility of that becoming a reality if you were to steal the Dreamweaver thing that they're talked about.
Eric becomes the mayor of Jacksonville,
I
Florida.
probably would
God
do
help
better
us.
than Ron DeSantis.
Hey, they should reference that in GTA 6. That the freaking political figure of that.
No, we should not. We should not be politically inaccurate in 2025.
I mean,
Look,
they
here's the thing.
I mean, in
Everyone-
GTA, anything can happen. I mean, they took shots at real life, anyways.
That's fair.
Yeah. In fact, they included Karens.
Hey,
The
as long
camera
Oh
as-
yeah,
should freak out
I
with
saw the
every
trailer.
little
There was
tiny
like a
thing.
video phone.
There was one
Yeah.
Karen I see in there. Yeah, they did.
And I was like, my God. Imagine how many people have fantasized about beating up the Karens in real life.
There are things that are real life stuff gonna be put in GTA.
Why do I
Karens
feel like
can't-
this is going to lead to more negative backlash than ever before? Mouse is going to be like,
No.
fuck it, we're making more money than before.
You know, Rockstar has cynical dark humor, and you
Of
know,
course
It's like-
I do. They're more cynical than South Park, and that says something.
And it seems like social media is going to be play a part in this too, from what it seems like for what we saw in the trailer.
Yeah, its own social media app. What they're gonna call it? The freaking dog.
they're gonna name X triple X in the.
Well, actually, I can see that. Oh, how about this? They actually call this site Twitter as a way to take a shot at Elon Musk.
Oh my god.
No, Elon Musk is gonna storm to Rockstar headquarters, putting them held on a gunpoint with a Elon Musket, and say, "I demand to be in a GTA game."
We've gone down a really dark road here, and I think we need to pull the brakes before we go down any worse. Here. We didn't even talk about nightclubs or Pitbull character in the game or something like that, or Flow Rider.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
know- I know what we're
Oh yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
Wait,
I
wait, wait.
know what
Let
we
me
talk
let me segue this before Eric. I remember playing GTA when I was a kid, and I remember I went to the strip club, and my parents just walked in and said, "Oh no, I got it."
Do they move like this?
Yeah, I was like, I was like 13 or 14 when I played GTA.
Oh
I was
my
like,
god.
Oh my god.
Okay, I got a question. When did GTA 3 came out?
I think it was
Dang.
2003. 2003?
It was like one of the earliest editions.
The
dude.
earliest ones, yeah.
Yeah, I think
GTA 3 was 2001.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
let
that
me
was.
just say this just to make everyone gasp in les shock.
I think that was
My mom
the.
introduced me to it when I was 6.
Mm,
So
wait,
I've
I
been
think
playing it. So I've been playing this franchise since I was a 6-year-old.
there was a
Wow.
controversy about one mission in GTA 3 that they changed it due to 9/11.
Yeah,
I
I'm about
know.
to say, we realized GTA
Yeah.
3 was literally the year of. So, and of course, that changed the very fabric of America as we know it. But overall, I will say this: I'm a fan for synthwave for the '80s, for the nightclub life that was Vice City, and again, the last that's still my favorite city in the Grand Theft Auto franchises. I played them all. I'll admit it. I haven't done the activities that he's talking about because I was always into single player narrative that compelled me, where I shoot some dickhead in the face. But that being said, I'm looking forward to this. I am, and I really am curious how they really take it into this different direction. The fact you now can play a female protagonist. Now you're a female protagonist in the most extreme franchise ever known to mankind. Sorry, Saints Row, you fucked up after Saints Row 3.
Get ready for colorful suits, neon lights, fast cars, drug heists,
Bright City, pretty
beautiful
ladies.
beautiful beaches, pretty ladies, everything in between.
They had enough there. Did you see the way, the depth of the game when it came to how many individual NPCs they had on screen at that beach alone?
Imagine. Oh wait, what's that AEW event for the one with like a Vice City type Road Rager?
Road
Yeah,
Rager, yes.
Right.
Yeah, I hope when GTA 6 comes out, they promote it on Road
Oh,
Rager.
God. If AEW gets sponsored by Grand Theft Auto 6, game over.
Tony Khan will never live it down.
Yeah.
Tony Khan, if you're watching this, make it happen.
No, don't make that happen. That's a poor business decision. We may be TV 14, but we're not trying to turn wrestling rated R.
Hey, I mean, AEW had SEGA and they had Yakuza. It's an M-rated game.
Yakuza is not nearly as ballistic as Grand Theft Auto, though.
Yeah, rated R, yeah. Rated R about to hit on Wednesday. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. Also, speaking of, does anyone know a wrestler named Valentina Loca?
No.
No.
Is the person on Mexico?
I think she works in New Mexico.
CML or AAA?
I don't know. I don't know much about her. I found out something about her. Apparently, her wrestling career has prematurely ended due to neck injury.
Possibly spinal stenosis.
Yeah, I mean, the nature of the beast at the end of the day, again, the risk that these men and women take for our entertainment, no matter the company, no matter our thoughts towards the company or towards its leaders, you got to respect that. Well, anyway, as we pull the plug now and go game over on Grand Theft Auto 6, we will wait in anticipation for the next trailer. I'm sure we'll get further crazy, super ridiculous analysis from all the outlets like Inside Gaming, IGN, Game Informer, and whatever YouTuber you can think of that has a chance to speak their mind on the microphone towards this. But if nothing else, I think the hype is definitely real, and it's been a long damn time since we've sport around Vice City in a Ferrari or whatever that car used to be called. Infernus. There it is, Infernus. So we'll see what happens. All right. Well, let's go ahead and shift gears back to what this is about at the end of the day, and let's talk about all things wrestling. Again, it's been a moment, guys. We haven't talked before our full gear. We haven't talked about CM Punk's WWE, although shout out to my brother.
Okay, CM Punk coming back.
Yay or nay? As far
Okay,
as
here's the thing. The first thing I did when I heard this, I was like, well, if y'all need me, I am going on Twitter for about a couple days. I'll see y'all again because I know what the community was going to do after that.
Eric, why would you dive into that madness? That's not getting down with the sickness. That's taking a risk with utter madness.
Well, after I left social media for about 24 to 48 hours, I decided to come back, see how things are going, saying, hey, everybody, how's everyone doing? Oh, wait, another article piece about how AEW is dead because Punk went to WWE after he got fired? Okay, goodbye. See ya. I'll be back tomorrow.
And how many times have we heard this narrative of AEW is dying? How many now?
Let's see, probably 50 or 40, maybe 60.
Countless of times, probably.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you look at the figures, the numbers don't lie. How does a company die when they're only, I'm just going to put this in perspective real quick in the best way I can. Now, I'm 5 years old. They've done 8 pay-per-views now from the original 4. They've made more money than ever. They booked the biggest event in wrestling history. Eat your heart out, WWE. And they're still going despite the controversy.
I mean, they brought Ring of Honor, so there's that as well.
Well,
and then
some people think Ring of Honor is on live support, considering that the Ring of Honor Championship is being merged to this first ever Triple Crown. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's go ahead and rewind a little bit and get some quick thoughts regarding Full Gear. I mean, people have mixed feelings about, of course, this match being, of course, was it overbooked? Should Jay White have lost in the way that he did, etc., etc.? After the Young Bucks had their little tantrum attack, sorry, King, I know you're going to talk more about this. What's the state right now of the Elite? And speaking of the Elite, did we just witness the most violent Texas death match or just violent death match in wrestling history? And is Swerve now a made man at a point of no return? And with the women's division getting both reset for the TBS title and the AEW Women's World Championship, is AEW finally going in a better direction with their women's division? And also Sting had his last match, of course, in Los Angeles, stomping grounds of California. That was rather a fun way to give Sting one last hurrah out there on the West Coast. So let's go ahead and give everybody's initial thoughts about AEW Full Gear real quick before we really dive into what AEW's come now, where we're at with this round robin tournament. Eric, let's start with you. What was your initial takeaway from AEW Full Gear? How'd you feel about
let's see. I was just hoping for a good show. We were all doing well. I haven't watched the shows in a while because I've been having work and all that. And then then after everything that happened with Punk and the Elite and all that, it's just been kind of harder to watch stuff. Hangman drank blood.
And that's the tweet. And that's the headline.
Yeah, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, the amount of people that are going to be pissed and understandably concerned about his health. Apparently, that was planned by Swerve and Hangman. It's like, okay, can we do this? Yes. Okay. And here's the thing. If some people say this was the most violent death match they ever saw, I was like, mainstream-wise, yes. If we went to the independent scene, then it'd probably be much worse.
Let's be honest here. Nick friggin' Gage wasn't involved. Neither was a pizza cutter. That speaks volumes.
Sponsored by Domino's.
Let's not go there.
And then, I saw you. I watched you and James go over the whole match with it and seeing how squeamish he got. I was laughing like, oh god, I missed that.
Guys, Eric, you realize I watch all things wrestling. I've seen Jun Kasai try to take a man's eye out with razor blades.
Yeah, I know.
Remember. Okay, the dark era of WWE, the Thunderdome era. Remember what happened to Ray's eye?
Oh, jeez.
We don't talk about that.
And Malachi,
leave that alone.
The fact that Ray and Malachi are technically dead in the WWE canon, yet somehow survived being thrown off a building by
They got the
jeez.
They got the yeet.
That was Yeet before Fall Guys made Yeet a thing. And let's be honest, Fall Guys made Yeet a thing first, not Jey Uso. But anyway, I was selling because I'm supposed to do that. That's how you sell stuff, Eric. At the end of the day, Was I a little bit taken away that Heyman had Page drinks for his bud? Yes. Everything else, John Moxley.
Well,
Thank you for that.
James went as far as to say he forgave Hangman, which is saying a lot.
Well, this is James we're talking about. God bless that man. And of course, shouts to the entire ATW family, Megan Chiba, Casey Flynn, of course, our party man, JD. So again, we are ATW. I almost forgot to that at the beginning.
And I was like still thinking to
And
myself when I saw Swerve's Prince Nana going ahead and being basically, okay, I'm probably going to be killed by Hangman. At least let me die with a hilarious obituary.
I'm gonna die the way I came in, swerving, and then I'm gonna spasm.
I remember
And then
when
Cinder Blocks got shot through the neck.
That cinder block exploded
that match,
on the back.
the
of
match
his
between
neck.
Swerve and Hangman made me cackle when Nana just stood there in the apron and just danced, and then Swerve just hit it with a dead eye. Oh my god!
Yeah, when I saw, I was like,
there was
Prince
I think
Nana,
there was
you
an
made
edit
treasure.
on Twitter or X or what you may call it. Fuck you, Elon Musk. Someone like smacked Prince Nana, and then the Sonic rings came out.
Oh God! Of course, why not? Because we just got done with the freaking Like a Dragon Street fight, literally the Wednesday right before this. I mean, so yeah, let's I got thing continue.
I'm
Why
just
not?
gonna keep saying it. They missed the opportunity there for that match to go ahead and have a Street Fighter cameo style event. Have everyone fight backstage, and then it just pause over Konosuke to Keisuke and Kenny Omega. Then you see Street Fighter graphics pop up on TV, and then they just go ahead and be like, "Broken."
Lord.
Since it's Sega, they missed the opportunity to just throw rings at each other.
I thought you were saying they missed the opportunity for Swerve and freaking Garmeets to roll up in a crazy taxi.
Oh yeah, speaking of Swerve, House of Torture just got betrayed by Gates of Agony.
Thanks,
It
right.
was it was a swerve.
I was say, but you're trying to get the word out. You want me to say it, yeah. But
So should I just go ahead and do this for the heck of it because I am the agent of chaos?
just do it.
You do realize that now opens the possibility that House of Torture can show up on AEW television in Revenge.
Just.
Forbidden Door 2024.
No. Ring of Honor pay-per-view, one-off, thank you and good night. All right? That's it. That's what you do. You just do it at Ring of Honor in the buy-in. There it is. I booked this show. I booked a match for you, Tony Khan. You're welcome. Pay me royalties in 2025.
As for Jay White and MJF, here's the thing. I'm going to be honest. I thought the match was okay. I wasn't really as mad like people were on it because I was like, how many people praise Cena and they do it all the time with him?
So Cena never got that deep in a match to go that far.
Oh yeah, speaking of that match, I love the over the top rope cutter spot.
Yeah, that's where MJF torn his labrum.
Oh my god!
Crazy son of.
Well, another trip to
why would you do that?
wait, another trip to Dr. Bro Hightower, the chiropractor.
I'm sure that's going to be a great interview. And also, I think it was very foolish that he did that freaking elbow drop on the collapsed table floor to Jay White.
The table botch, and then he just elbow dropped it.
It's like,
yeah,
okay, I'm still doing it. And now you know why people don't do that.
And people were also going in saying, like, why did this match happen? Why didn't Jay White win? And yada, yada, yada. And like, okay, we can have this argument, but at the same time, you kept saying you want storytelling. This is what you asked for. Now you're not satisfied. Also, so there were reports, unverified, that Jay White was pissed about the ending of the match and how the whole thing. But guess what someone decided to do? Because the idea of journalism is dead.
Journalistic integrity died the moment that people believed Dave Meltzer was the gospel. But go ahead.
Someone actually said that they looked into it and said Jay White was, quote, mad because he was thinking this. Okay, we got the storyline and whatnot. And then immediately afterwards, they said, yeah, we probably could have done that better.
Well, you only get one take on live TV.
I deserve to be the world champion mentality that people were aiming for.
Well, again, short-sightedness, the big what-if. Go book a better narrative if you think you can using ChatGPT, you freaking fools.
Not
You know,
ChatGPT.
going on you do
Not
realize if Vince was still
ChatGPT.
in power, he would have definitely tried that.
It wouldn't surprise me. But overall, I thought it was okay for what it's worth. And hey, MJF finished the story, unlike Cody. That being said, sorry, did I say that?
Oh, Nakamura gave his motive to why he's attacking Cody.
Oh, so that's the next feud for okay.
You gotta do something before you get Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, turns out all that tease that Nakamura was doing was all for Cody. Yeah, it turns out that was the whole I'm waiting and all that.
Well, you got 2 months. You gotta give Cody something to do after they fought Judgment Day 257 times and beat them in War Games. You gotta move in a different direction.
Well, Nakamura has said me and Lily are not so different, and about how he never finished his story, and how he's going to take away Cody's story. And I was like, but Nakamura, your story mainly consisted because your boss was racist, I think.
Well, again, bygone era, and even then.
And also, Cody had the perfect opportunity to try and cut back, saying like, could have said how he may have failed to get his story ended this year, but he'll at least get it again next year and tease the whole Roman feud and then you could just say, wow, you just destroyed that guy without even touching him. Or he could bring up how, whereas Nakamura faded into obscurity, Cody Rhodes is more over than ever. By the way, WWE and TKO merger has been called into question again.
Wow.
Again?
Shocking. Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, apparently a lawsuit has come out and you want to know when this lawsuit came out?
Well, considering that lawsuits can really be older than a hard inquiry on your credit report, go for it.
It came out about 24 to 48 hours after the big Survivor Series moments.
Oh.
So It was like, okay, everyone. Vince McMahon basically came in and basically said, momentum, and I'm not getting any credit. I need to do something stupid. And long and behold, the merger was called into question, and someone filed a lawsuit alleging Sam Shell's process for Mega Deal. Mainly, the whole thing is basically this. There were other better offers on the table. WWE just went with the Endeavor one just to keep Vince in power. And that also failed miserably.
Well, at the end of the day, Vince is going to find one way or another to be connected
Vince
to
is
WWE.
not going to quit. He's not.
He's not. He's going to always find a way to still be a part of this system, part of the business. But that being said,
he just goes build a new company since he thinks he's that great.
He's got the money to do it, but I don't think he has the the supporting power to do so. Besides, WWE owns most of the world as it is. Before you know it, they might own more than Disney. Lord help us. Let's stay back on AEW, though. That being said, interesting thoughts, Eric. King, what was your thoughts with AEW Full Gear? I mean, again, usually that's our show that's like, that's the end of the year. Thanks. Okay, now we get ready for the next year. Oh, fuck us. Friggin' December 30th. But that being said, what was your thoughts with Full Gear? I know you being the Elite, you really got to be wondering now what's the future for all your boys in the Elite, because saying Kenny Omega was the only one with a victory, and it was at the expense of your Young Bucks.
With the expense of my Young Bucks of going back to 2021, which I never thought I'd see, but on this time, it was more of Matt Jackson low blowing Kenny Omega in their home state of California, which I did not see that coming at all. And now, now it turns out that, with, the segue of being the Elite gotten taken over by the Dark Order now, in which that text was allegedly sent by John Silver saying you messed up by selling your rights to BTE over to us, which I have learned that would now be part of a storyline with Cabana and Brandon, and is basically going to lead the Bucks to fully turn heel. And for what I've been told and for what I've been rumored, that 2024 Sting's last match it's possibly rumored to be a tag match, and for what it is rumored to be, it's the Bucks.
What?
So it's gonna be Darby and Sting.
It's going to be
Bucks?
Darby and Sting versus the Bucks. It's rumored. Just rumored.
Survives, not ever.
I mean, wait. I think they did this before, but as a trios match at Forbidden Door.
It was at Forbidden Door. You are correct. When it was Hikuleo and ELP came in. So
that's a very unique choice for Sting's last match.
Like I said, it's rumored. So just like I said, take that
Look, as long as it doesn't
will.
involve Ric Flair, we're good.
I mean, Ric Flair,
Yeah.
he took a low blow for what it was worth. He took a low blow at Full Gear, so he could take a bump down there anyway. As long as he's not getting in the ring, I don't think we need to worry about it. So,
But yeah, this little Bucks heel tandem is it's all part of the storyline, and basically Colt Cabana and Brandon Cutler will play a part in this storyline. The creativity is now where is this going to go? I mean, we've already seen the Dark Order take over BTE. I mean, they're already 2 episodes deep to it, so I'm interested to see where this goes with the Bucks being them going back to 2021, while the Golden Jets are basically going after Big Bill and Ricky Starks.
So, okay, I told King this. I had an idea how the Bucks can really piss the whole world off.
oh gosh, here we go.
He did tell me this, so y'all about to learn it. Y'all about to hear it.
What if the Bucks come back and they're filming a live stream, they're on the air on TV, and then they just delete the YouTube channel?
I could see that. I could literally see that. Just because. I could literally see that actually.
Oh, by
Be
the
like,
way,
this is not our
just to let
shit.
you all know, the bidding war 2024 just got bigger.
Bigger?
For what?
Because guess who is leaving the NWA 100%? Kamille.
Yeah, I know. We're going to talk about that absolutely when we talk about, we reached the year's end, but what's going to be the year's start and what it could have mean for some people whose contracts are coming up. You can always talk about rumors, you can talk about reports, but here's the realistic possibility. If a contract's expiring, they could end up somewhere else in the industry. And I've been saying for the longest time, Kamille, even she wants to go to bigger, brighter stages and show what she's capable of. And I think she's more than capable
I
of
wouldn't
it.
be also surprised it was because Billy Corgan kept making stupid comments.
Well, that too, but also Kenzie Page now is the NWA Women's World Champion.
Yeah.
Good for her at 19 years old. And
It all started when Billy Corgan did that freaking segment that lost their TV deal, and kaput.
Now they're just on the app. That's it.
Well, he's lucky he's on the app and not reprimanded if anything else. Okay, so we talked about the Elite. Still talking about Full Gear a little more. Any other thoughts you got about Full Gear, King, before I give it to Lex here?
Let me see. Any more thoughts? Besides Hangman and Swerve having a 5-star classic death match of what we've seen.
Star ratings are still irrelevant to me, but I digress. I'm surprised you didn't talk about this.
Oh, hold up. Timeless.
Yes, your timeless era has officially been ushered in.
The timeless era has begun, as Miss Hikaru, as she likes to put it. And now we have
We've gone back 70 years.
No, we did not. We have gone into the Gold Expedition era of timeless Tony Storm here. And now we are going to enter Dynamite of her and Sky Blue. So you gotta learn. Hey! You gotta learn your Tony Storm pronunciations, okay? Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision.
You can't pay me enough while sober to say either of those any of the 3 shows as such. But
Look, no, we know you have integrity. At least it's a lot better than the people who bidded something at Survivor Series. Because guess what? Someone bidded on.
Oh, I've heard this one.
What?
Okay, so autograph culture has finally peaked at the point of absurdity.
You mean in the airport thing?
No, that's not the situation. No, Rhea Ripley signed an autograph, and then she licked it.
Oh, that one.
And it sold for $580.
Was this in the live event, right?
Yeah.
Was that one? Yeah,
Survivor Series.
And I was like, you realize they're probably going to be trying to clone her, or they're going to feel like this is justified to be further weird at the airport.
Oh my god! If that happens, if they clone Rhea Ripley, that will be what the hell?
Where's the problem? Japan's trying to clone people as we speak, but who knows? That's a whole different conversation. Even you wouldn't know anything about that, Lex, and you freaking be there a lot. But you work in the gaming industry. But that being said, yes, again, as I said, both women's divisions reset. Sky Blue led to a new TBS champion as Julia Hart finally won her first title. The youngest champion now in AEW history, being perfectly honest. Congrats to her. Orange Cassidy finally got the woman that eluded him the last year and a half. Good for him. And John Moxley looked like something that literally could not die, and that was fucking ridiculous. 6 orange punches, Jesus. And again, the
Never
elite
mind,
probably
he's
will
not
never be
taking
this-
his vacation yet.
right. I still don't understand why this man hasn't taken a vacation. I think he's his own worst enemy, for being perfectly honest here. And I thought the MJF and Jay White match, it did what it needed to do. Some people think the story should have been breathed more, like you maybe should have like more, in between matches. And again, that just comes down from a presentation standpoint, where you think like we don't have time to breathe at their extreme circumstance. Then we got into this. But
They fought for 30 minutes. I don't know how much room to breathe they could go for.
I think they were talking about before that when you thought Adam Cole was actually going to fight on one leg.
Yeah, like I was like, even I was confused at that because I was like, really? And then the graphic came up, poof, on our screen, and was like, no, like, what are we doing here?
That was more like MJF telling Adam Cole to like, distract them long enough so he can get back to the show and pull a John Moxley and steal the ambulance.
Yeah. I mean that's fair. As he drove in with the ambulance, it's still hollow.
That was Sting Starrcade. I forgot what year he did that.
19. Oh God, you're talking to a guy that grew up on WWF. I can't recall. Jeff and JJ can chastise me later. It's not like they already do.
Someone kept saying that this is like AEW's finger poke of doom, like they have a show long storyline going, and then you get
it wasn't. And it wasn't nowhere like that.
We actually got a match.
I was a little kid watching WCW around that time, so it was nowhere near like that.
No. Plus it's been a lot longer.
Speaking of WCW, someone pitched an idea that when I heard this, I was like, I'm not sure if that's a WCW 2000 route, but it'd be pretty dumb. They wanted to pitch this idea that Roman Reigns is the reason why Yeet got banned from WWE and make Jey Uso rejoin the Bloodline, and he'll bring it back because that's a thing now. People want to turn it to.
That would be a WCW 2000 route, even though Jay took it to Instagram Live. I mean, Instagram has said he took a picture, backdrop of the Usos and the whole Bloodline holding championship besides Solo and saying, I miss the good times.
Yeah, being abused by your cousin. Got it. Yeah.
I mean, that's Jimmy Uso's job now, but that's a whole different conversation.
Wait. Did you see that clip where Jimmy Uso
I'll give Jimmy credit. That was brilliant. I'll give Jimmy credit. I saw the clip. He literally laid out, even beyond the friggin' show going off the air, after getting hit with the RKO. I'll give Jimmy credit. That was brilliant. That actually made me laugh.
The people should just like what they call it, instead of rolling him out, they just lift him up and then put him down and then keep rolling the ring.
They couldn't lift him up. He was dead weight, right? So I mean. Anyway, and yeah, I thought Full Gear was fine for what it was worth. I mean, at the end of the day, AEW pay-per-views still don't disappoint you, and yeah, the quantity might be a little bit excessive, but if you think about it,
quantity because 11 matches.
I demand
was the pre-show.
HBO Max streaming deal now.
Yeah. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. I can't spend $400 on AEW
because it needs to have WBD's contact. You say, "Hey, do you think you can do 12 shows a year?"
Oh Jesus! If they do get that deal in 2024 and they do up to 12, buckle up. God,
good Lord help our wallets. But
look, if they do that, the only way they'll justify it unless if they go ahead and go on HBO Max.
Again, time will tell. I still say the industry is not going to be the same ever again following this year when it comes to contracts and superstars, individuals, and network deals, company deals. Hell, Raw still don't have a home yet. Raw might be moved away from Monday nights, and that's still freaking insane to think about.
And Nick Khan Nick Khan went to WBD for their TV rights deal, and then WBD turned them down in October.
Yeah. In fact, it got reported that WWE even knew it was a long shot.
So yeah, you guys see what WBD's already invested in AEW.
So it looks like, let's see, Amazon, they say it was in contention to get Raw.
Yeah, when I heard that, here's my take. I was like, I joked this on social media, like, Steven, the demos. What about the Nelson demo ratings?
Oh,
they're gonna be 0.0, man.
The demo
And then they
ratings.
just posted a clip of two crazy executives going crazy in a skit and then blowing their heads off because they didn't have numbers.
Look, at the end of the day, the numbers don't matter. It's the advertisers that matter because that's
Well,
where the
technically,
money
the
comes
numbers
from.
do matter because if the ratings aren't good, then they'll risk being canceled, and I kind of don't want that to happen. But if they go on streaming, if they go to Amazon, they'll probably
That's
be
why I'm
blocked by
saying go to
Amazon.
streaming. You can't get canceled because you always will have some sort of audience there. Let's be honest here. We live in the
Well,
streaming
true,
era.
but here's the thing: two things. One, if WWE goes to Amazon, they'll probably be on Prime, and then you have to basically spend $100 a year just to watch Raw. And Prime also has issues as well, but that they're gonna have Fallout soon on TV, so that's gonna hopefully be good. But but I was just kidding. I've been joking about the ratings and demos because everyone keeps treating the Nelson rings as gospel now, and because AEW exists, therefore it contradicts their worldview. And now WWE's like, they don't mean anything to us. I'm like, we're on Amazon. No, Vince, no, Triple H, you're destroying my reality that you gave me. ...
This is not the reality you wish to be a part of. If you could do the time warp again, you would certainly try. All right. Well, anyway, as we stay back on this real quick before we talk more about WWE and Survivor Series particularly, Lex, do you have any last thoughts regarding AEW Full Gear? Any takeaways? I know you're happy for your boy Orange Cassidy, if nothing else. Oh, by the way, shout out to Buddy Matthews and Claudio Castagnoli. Great match from the 0 Hour. Sleeper match of the whole night, if I'm being perfectly honest. But Lex, any thoughts you have to take away from AEW Full Gear before we venture into the world of sports entertainment?
I don't have any takeaways, but it delivered the whole card delivered, and we didn't get the devil. That's the only problem.
But now we're getting more of that, and I know we'll talk more about that here in a little bit. So overall, Full Gear, take up what you will, folks. I thought it was a great pay-per-view. A lot of people thought it was a great pay-per-view. The AEW presentation still needs to work when it comes to what do you do in between a match. How do you tell a story for the bigger matches on the card? Maybe this is where you put in those video packages from the countdown versus on the buy-in that was 2 hours long or an hour and a half long. I lost track of time. But still, I enjoyed AEW Full Gear. All right, let's go ahead and venture into WWE as we're talking about the man. We're talking about politics. We're talking about what happened in the Windy City. Let's go ahead and talk about Survivor Series War Games. As we saw, it was 5 matches.
I did not watch it.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it except for the men's War Games match. That's it.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. It was a 2-match show. Let's be honest here.
I only watched the women's and the men's. That's it.
It's War Games. You watch the War Games matches. ... But I will say this, Miz, awesome attempt, but you're no good for forever the Intercontinental Championship.
This match. I got to bring something up. Apparently, WWE had put out a new edict prior to this match.
What?
The edict is, okay, more or less Chris Jericho is dead to us, so do not bring up his record.
So don't bring up the times he won his 9-time Intercontinental Championship ring.
They told him they're no longer allowed to bring that up.
Jericho
is dead to us until he comes back
deleted.
And then he's back to life.
Apparently, Lex. Apparently. Yeah. All right. Well, let me just go ahead and talk about this real quick, and then we'll start with Lex, since he actually looked at both War Games matches. Because, again, I respect the workers, but at the end of the day, WWE still underwhelms me. Gunther is still the best champion in WWE. Bite me if you think otherwise. Dragon Lee, Santos Escobar, good sleeper Lucha Libre match. As Santos right now really has established his heel character. We'll see how
I did hear about that match. I did hear about that. Was like almost NXT Black and Gold like.
Yeah, it felt like my NXT. Damn it, but I digress.
It was a high caliber match.
Rhea Ripley wore Atlas chaps. That's all you need to know about this. But great match by Zoe Stark and her attitude. And then the real important.
I feel like that match was just a squash match.
I don't know if I call it squash because they let Zoe Stark get a lot of offense in. She just didn't have a chance in hell of winning. And then, of course, everyone had their chips, right? They didn't send Hook because they were sponsored not by Frito-Lay. They were sponsored by Ruffles. But, hey, Io Sky, she dropped like a bomb on... Never mind. Io Sky did a trash can spot off the top. And we're really seeing damage done to Bailey, and it might be irreparable damage based on what we've heard on SmackDown lately. But
Kyrie
hey,
Sane
Charlotte
has
Flair
to
and
win a
Becky
match
Lynch,
in
they
WWE since she came back.
Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, they coexisted. So there you go. And everyone had ruffles afterwards.
Wait. Speaking of ruffles, did you guys saw the segment between R-Truth, Pretty Deadly, and Alpha Academy
I
on
heard he
that?
I
came
had
back.
to
But like I said, I didn't watch it.
I had to
I heard
call
Truth
it.
came back too.
Everyone in the internet was like, you know the Drake meme, right? Like this.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk returning, Randy Orton returning,
Yeah.
R-Truth returning.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Best return of the night goes to R-Truth.
Oh, Lex, he's a piece.
I mean, he's right.
You know what? Maybe he's not wrong. But also, the Viper did return eventually, as the men's War Games took place. The longest time Dominic Mysterio was actually in a cage, and we saw JD McDonough go free falling into an RKO as he was thrown into the Viper's pit. Like
Wait. That spot reminds me of what happened in The Lion King.
Yeah, long live the king. Down goes the Irish. Bye. Into the wildebeest that was Randy Orton's RKO. And Randy Orton looked great here, and I'm glad he only took a couple bucks.
He looked jacked.
He looked jacked. I think
Yeah.
the perks of being injured, you have to work out to the fullest.
Also,
Well,
he said he probably will stick around for 10 more years.
Yep, he's
Oh
like
my
10
God.
more years.
Well, look, hindsight's 2020. At the end of the day, we talked about before, chasing the dragon. Know your physical boundaries beyond your own mentality. That's all I gotta say about that. Then again, Bryan Danielson, we'll talk more about him.
We'll talk more about that
with
one.
a broken arm and a broken eye, but I digress.
Yep.
All right, Lex. Well, talk about this 2-match show for your opinion. What was Survivor Series War Games to you, besides this guy showing up at the end?
Oh God, CM Punk. No, I'm just glad Randy's back in WWE.
Yep, same.
It was like, I like when he went in the cage. It's like, you're stuck with me. He brought the intensity. He brought the intensity in the War Games. Like, he hit a couple of vintage Randy Orton. He was like going nuts with his signature.
He is
DDT.
an opportunity here.
The scoop slam, the draping DDT. I thought the 5 stereo draping DDTs was a really cool spot. And then the legacy throwback with Randy Orton giving Cody Rhodes. Finish this guy off. Boom, crossroads.
Here's the thing. Randy Orton could have said that line a whole lot better. He could have said, "You don't seem to understand it. I'm not locked in here with all you. You're locked in here with me."
Yeah, but this was the guy that was coming back as the quiet baby face. It wasn't.
18
I mean, there was a
months.
little bit of psychology when you thought he was going to RKO Jey Uso, and then because again, history, folks. But it did happen.
I heard the audible. I know what you did, and Jay said, "Chill, Oos, chill, Oos."
That's it. Not
Oh,
very,
yeah.
not very oozy.
Speaking of Randy Orton returning on that particular match,
Go ahead.
I saw flashbacks of him of bald-headed Randy Orton, the champion, the WWE champion Randy Orton, the menace Orton.
At least he didn't punt kick nobody. Although I wish he would have punt kicked Judgment Day because I'm tired of seeing this redundancy.
Okay, that one thing takeaway that I didn't like about the War Games. Randy did not RKO Rhea Ripley.
Oh yeah, what a missed opportunity out of nowhere. Why we were trying to get them to do the cash in before the War Games match began.
No. Imagine this. He's just trying to attend to dirty Dominic Mysterio, and then Randy is like, RKO.
Out of nowhere, off screen. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that Randy Orton hit a woman. Just saying, with an RKO.
I mean, the list goes on.
You came in the list.
Mae Young, Stacy Keibler,
There it
Nia Jax,
There it
Rhea Ripley. You're next.
What about Beth Phoenix? He already got her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too.
And
So,
Stephanie McMahon, I think, also had one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like 5 or 6 already.
That was 5. Rhea gonna be
5.
6.
And
Yeah,
the
except
audience
Randy
was
Orton's on
right.
SmackDown now.
He
Yep.
RKO'd Nick Aldis as an emphatic exclamation point.
And I think the only reason
Well-
and the only way you could get that unless Rhea Ripley brings herself to SmackDown, and since they still have the tag titles, well, they could probably do that.
Brand split, LOL.
Well,
But anyway.
welcome to the WWE, Nick Aldis. That's your initiation, getting an RKO from Randy.
And here's your Royal Rumble main event courtesy of SmackDown. It'll be Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns at the Royal
So
Rumble.
then, what do we do with LA Knight since he still said he was going after them?
They'll put him in the Royal Rumble just cause. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Kevin Owens is apparently injured.
Again,
Dadgummit, man. Dude can't catch a break.
he can't.
Yeah.
I initially thought this was a storyline that they were doing because WWE kept talking about it, but then I was like, considering they had him wrestle with bruised ribs, I wouldn't put it out of the question.
Yeah.
First Bruce Ribs. Now his hand is injured. I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Goodness.
Man, that's
The
from
worker,
punching
man.
both.
That worker always.
Man,
keeps
that's
fighting.
from punching both.
And apparently
Austin
he was
Theory
supposed to
and
beat Logan Paul
Waller.
for the U.S. title. Hopefully not, but like that
Wait.
was the plan.
Who's your prediction for the last contender in the eight competitor for Logan's?
It's more like I don't care. It's Logan Paul.
No, because it says from NXT. I think.
Yeah, I know. I just have no interest in the match.
For me, I think there was. I think I saw an Instagram story. I think Carmelo Hayes posted it, and he was holding the U.S. title. It probably hints he's gonna be.
He's already done everything. He's already done everything in JJ.
So is Braun Breaker, but he's still there.
True, but also Carmelo Hayes has the last chance to get into the Iron Survivor Challenge. So honestly, if he doesn't win that might be his way out before they do him versus Trick Williams, which I do think will be where they stand deliver, and that might be Carmelo Hayes' swan song. But different conversation. But yeah, King, I know you didn't watch it, but what was your thoughts about the War Games match? It really was the meat and potatoes of this little card, if nothing else.
The men's War Games delivered as I expected, especially with all top names in that match. I mean, it was good to see Randy back. It was good to see Randy back, after being away for 18 months, looking jacked as ever. Like, you can tell that he missed being out in the crowd, missed being here and everything, missed being in the ring, and it showed, especially hitting his vintage stuff and then draping DDT and then RKO, which it was good to see. But then afterwards, though, as soon as I saw the watermark copyright, WWE, blah, blah, blah on the right side, I was like, oh, we're about to have the show ending. And then all of a sudden, I'm like,
Well,
my reaction to that was like, is this a joke or is this like for reals? And then the moment he
real.
came out, it is real.
It's real. It's damn real.
Yeah, but imagine being 44 years old and you sign a multi-year deal and it now has a clause in your contract. It has a behavioral clause in your contract of including one mess up and you're done.
Just don't make it brawl out 3.0.
Oh, he's on a short leash.
I mean,
he's gonna be on his best behavior.
Someone actually said
walk the line. All he's gotta do is walk the line.
Look, someone even said they're going to give CM Punk 3 years for him to not make a mess.
So JJ and James, they did this little discussion about, is it best for business? Is it good for the business that CM Punk is still part of the business, let alone part of WWE? They went yay or nay. So we don't have to go into a whole diatribe conversation about that. But simply put, guys, yay or nay? Is CM Punk good for the business now that he's back in WWE?
For now, yes.
I'll give it about a year, maybe 6 months tops.
Give me 6 months to a year.
I think it really comes down to how WrestleMania plays out, because let's be honest here, if WrestleMania is not CM Punk versus Seth Rollins for that title, what is it going to be?
Though here's the thing, there are 2 reports that came out. One, a former WWE talent believes that they need to put CM Punk against Roman Reigns right now within 6 months because they feel like there's still that uncertainty with Punk. and
Of
that's
course,
the
Roman
biggest
still
match
hates
you
him.
can give him. But
They
second
still
of
want to
all,
work with him.
Yep.
And that says something, guys. Continue.
but the second thing that came out is that WWE is now optimistic we can get the Texas Rattlesnake versus the Straight Edge Society's former leader.
I mean, we did get Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold during the Mania, so
But that was in Stone Cold's
That was
hometown
that
of
was in Texas.
We're in
Yeah, but-
Philadelphia.
but still,
But here's
Philadelphia.
the thing: could you imagine if WrestleMania 40 next year was to have The Rock, Stone Cold on the same show?
Honestly, milestone WrestleMania.
Wait.
See that.
Play Limp Bizkit's My Way.
Still the greatest video package song of all time. I don't
Yep.
care what anyone tells me. All right. Well, anyway.
But yeah, apparently people have mixed opinions on Punk's promo return. We can all understand that.
Yeah,
People wanted
the
a Punk
last
who was
bit.
jaded, bitter, angry, and I'm just like, that was a guy from 10 to 15 years ago.
Can we
you
stop
please-
looking back at the past? If CM Punk wants to truly try and start a new beginning in WWE that could be his final ending, let it be.
And
Wait. Remember what's that show from the Fox show Backstage, the Backstage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when all of those hosts were in WWE? Now they're in AEW?
except
and
Booker
then-
T.
Yeah.
Except for who?
Booker T.
Like I
Booker
said,
T. And then CM Punk for a brief moment.
Someone put a screenshot out when you think about the Authority era. I know, I'm sorry. 2013, there were 4 people at Triple H in that screenshot. There was Seth Rollins, only known as Seth Rollins at the time. There was CM Punk. There was Cody Rhodes. And what was the other one? Oh, Randy Orton.
Oh
Here we
yeah,
are.
if you know,
Here we are in 2023, guys, and Triple H runs the entire company, allegedly. And look
Wait,
who are 4
if
of the
you-
top guys right now that he works with.
if you notice the roster that right now, it looks like we went back to SmackDown versus Raw days.
It's trying to be like that. Look, I'm just going to say this right now. WWE still is the most underwhelming thing for me as a fan of this business. I'm sorry. I am what I am. When I say I'm a fan of pro wrestling, I'm a fan of professional wrestling. Damn it. But I digress. But I will give credit where credit's due. Triple H has brought new life into the WWE product when it comes to who you see, the presentation, weekly, in ring, the PLEs. I think Triple H has done nothing but greater things for the WWE. I will not deny that. And the fact that he's trying to establish brand identity with 2 figureheads that know the business, and Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, I think it will speak volumes for it as we look towards the outlook of WWE in 2024. What really needs to happen, though, to fully cement a reset, something has to finish by WrestleMania 40. Otherwise, fuck this company. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know.
Also, so people were giving their thoughts on CM Punk's promo, like I mentioned. And people wanted, and like I said, people wanted him to be the CM Punk that was angry and bitter and hate-filled. And I was just like 10 to 15 years ago, that guy should be dead by now in that personality mindset. But like,
Hopefully.
people wanted him to bash AEW, and I was like,
He can't.
can't.
He signed an NDA.
Yes.
Yeah,
Non-disclosure
and
agreement.
and even Tony Khan, when people asked him, "Hey, what do you think about CM Punk going back to WWE?" Can't talk about that.
Can't talk
And I
about
was
it.
like, "Duh."
Wait,
And all, because
remember?
Yeah, you got to remember that people don't understand the fine line with these contractual obligations under disclosed agreements where you can't talk
except
about
you
another
want to
company
know
in
the
a way.
kicker about that comment, though.
What?
This was supposed to be a podcast radio show where they're promoting All In's tickets, and they just said, "CM Punk, you want to talk about it?"
Hey, they want the clickbait. At the end of the day, what feeds the
They want their headline. They want their
What-
money.
What feeds
Yeah,
the, what feeds the
and Tony
stupidity of
Khan said
society?
he can't talk
Clickbait.
about it. They went back to promoting All In
Yeah.
and all that other stuff.
What feeds the stupidity of society and the self-proclaiming net wrestling community? Clickbait, talking about you, Meltzer of the Multiverse, Josh Mansfield. Anyway, but
But
wait,
finally, Tony Khan, after 3 days, recently came out with a talk about Punk.
All right.
One thing
go
about
ahead
him
and
going to WWE, he avoided that comment. He said this: "The first dance was an incredible moment in wrestling and was a very important time for AEW." He was saying this in a Zoom interview. All Out 2021 with All In are our biggest pay-per-views of all time, and we've had a lot of great success as a company, as a team, and some of the most exciting times. CM Punk has been a big part of that team.
There you go, and we move forward. Go ahead,
Okay,
Lex.
yeah.
You're trying to say something. Go ahead.
Oh,
Is it-
I was also gonna say, AEW got a record revenue, $175 million.
And this company's dead. Anyway, go ahead, Lex.
Remember when who's that Megan Packett who left the AEW committee, right?
She was part of their legal team. Yes.
Yeah, Tony Khan made the good decision on giving Brian Danielson the committee power because remember, like he said, if anything turns to worse, Brian Danielson is the job for in case Tony Khan is MIA or something.
And Brian Danielson is proven that, like, he's even, said that he likes to be, excited for future roles within AEW. And it seems like he wants to be at AEW full time, like lifer.
And he was
as soon as his full time wrestling career ends.
Full time is over. I see what you mean.
Exactly.
I have an update about Brian Danielson and the whole committee thing.
Go for it.
So after it came out that Brian was part of the committee that also agreed that recommended Tony Khan, and I must stress, recommended Tony Khan to fire Punk for what happened. A lot of people went ahead and attacked Brian for that, saying, "How could you do that? That was one of your friends. You grew up together in the business."
But sometimes decisions are not always popular. You have to make the right decision at the end of the day.
Exactly.
For me,
here's the thing.
For me, this is business. This is business.
Yeah, but here's the thing I did find out. I think one of the people who run Wrestle Purist came out and said Punk's not even pissed at Brian for that.
Yeah.
There you go. So why are you people on Brian's coat? Why are you people on Brian's? I'm not going there. Get the fuck over yourself. Anyway, go ahead, Lex.
The IWC loves to twist stories, so that's why you have to hear it from the people themselves to know if it's real or not. So that's my biggest gripe.
We don't work for WWE. We are not part of any legal accounts or any hidden watch along 24/7, watch them with a camera documentary for anybody in this business. It's all speculation until it comes straight from the horse's mouth themselves.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, CM Punk, find the right way to end your career in the business. Don't fuck up anymore if you can possibly. And let's just hope the best for both WWE and AEW, because at the end of the day, you should want progression, not dissension or disintegration.
Oh, all right. Also, there's been an update on Serena Deeb.
Yeah, she shared her thing.
I've seen it on Instagram.
So were making accusations that she was just not being used or was having he can shut up now.
Yeah. Y'all can definitely be quiet about that, please.
Yeah, get over yourself, people. And I'm just gonna say this right now. Serena Deeb, nothing but love and more power to you. Please take care. All right, before we talk about Continental Classic and, of course, other stuff regarding what we think might come in 2024 with some contracts that are up for revenue, let's just talk about a few other things real quick here. We know that Kano is going to defend the GHC Heavyweight Championship against former Running Mate of Congo, Manabu Soya, but Manabu Soya and Tatsumi Fujinami will face Kano in a tag match prior. The World Tag League is going on right now in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Don't necessarily know who's going to win that yet, but that, of course, will determine who will take on Bishamon for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. And it's still anybody's race, I think, at this point. Definitely some interesting results so far. And, of course, in Stardom, while we have to worry about now who will hold the red belt, Mariah continues to hold strong the white belt. And Aphrodite, the returning, of course, Saya Kamatani and the Queen of Roses, Tommy Hayashita. They beat Megan Bayne and Micah, poor Micah, for the Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Championships. Asume, great match against Julia. Julia is still a W Strong Women's Champion. And that's currently what's going on right now. Is they got this 4-woman tournament who faces Susan Suzuki to determine a new World of Stardom champion. And currently, right now, the former World Star Champion Siri is testing herself under UWF rules against anybody possible, bringing blurring the lines of pro wrestling and MMA into Stardom, which I think is very interesting. That Scandinavian Hurricane competitor was quite a challenge, and I enjoyed what she brought. I wouldn't mind seeing Ronda Rousey take on Siri actually under those rules, but that's a whole different conversation. Ring of Honor Final Battle is coming up, and as we know, it's a year-long storyline where we might see Billy Starks become the new Ring of Honor Women's World Champion as AEW and Ring of Honor figure going in both different directions going forward. And QT Marshall also left. I wish him all the best, although I am curious to see what happens now with Harley Cameron, Johnny Elite. Gotta be Johnny Elite now. Can't be Johnny.
I mean, wait, when QT left, people were like egging on him on when he left, but the talent from AEW says thank you QT, and everyone, even Cody Rhodes chimed in, and everyone, and because it's about, I think, creative differences, because Tony Khan is wants the he wants
he's approaching AEW in a different creative direction, and I think
he
we'll
wants
talk
it
more
to
about
be
that
more
soon.
on leaning to professional wrestling rather than sports entertainment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which makes me wonder again
and
the double
I
narrative.
believe it was mentioned that QT doesn't think New Japan tells stories, and I was like,
Excuse me, have you seen the
Like,
Omega versus Okada?
Have
That's
you
a
seen
storytelling.
the list we can keep a list going.
Yeah, do
Kota
really
Ibushi and Kenny Omega's love story.
the Hiromu Takahashi and Will Ospreay, of course, when he came back after 512 days from a broken damn neck that we fought.
Omega and Jay White, when Omega tried to recruit Jay White in the Bullet Club, in his version of Bullet Club.
Jay White and Okada, literally Wrestle Kingdom 17, with the fact that Jay
Also,
White and Okada.
Also, you're all forgetting someone. Tetsuya Naito's 4-year-long destino.
I was literally about to say that as we also, of course, talked about Wrestle Kingdom that continues to form out, and also NXT. They have NXT deadline coming up, and I love the fact that Ilya Dragunov and Ayla Valkyrie rule NXT right now. Feels like NXT UK. This NXT is not my NXT, but it's better than what it used to be. I admit that. I'm curious to see who sees that deadline. And that's just a little bit of a highlight regarding all things wrestling. Oh, and Pretty Empire still rules the NWA along with BC3. And we're approaching final resolution before TNA returns. And we know at least Trinity will defend the Knockouts World Championship against Jordan Grace. And Moose will take a chance at Alex Shelley for the Impact World Championship. Other matches to be announced for Hard to Kill. All right.
Speaking of Dragon, have you seen that clip where he powerbombed Frazier and hit him with three club ring elbows to knock him out?
Clubbing shots. Yeah, I
was like, what? It's like, what the hell? It brought back the NXT UK Dragunov we all know and love.
About damn time.
All right. Did Dragunov get his home invaded?
I don't know.
I think he's from Germany.
Yes.
No. Like, I think they did a storyline that's somewhat similar to Hangman Swerve's moment, except there was no actual break.
No. His home, as far as I know, as far as the storyline goes, never got invaded.
Oh wait. I think it was because his enemy brought up his family.
Yeah, because
now imagine if Dragunov was dealing with what Swerve did to Hangman. Imagine what Dragunov would have done.
Well,
Jesus Christ!
Imagine what they would have done without an unscripted promo. Just saying.
Man.
Of course, Heyman and Young Bucks, they haven't been seen since AEW Full Gear. But what has been seen is what AEW has been doing lately in their different direction, and once again creating history, and once again being the leader of tournaments. Let's go ahead, and you can spearhead this one, King. Let's go ahead and talk about the first ever Continental Classic. It is AEW's form of a G1 Climax, a round-robin tournament taking place throughout all December. That culminates at World's End and will crown the first ever American Triple Crown Champion as the Ring of Honor World Championship and the Strong Openweight Championship and the Christian title will become one, as this individual will be representing AEW, Ring of Honor, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, before we talk about what do we think this should be presented as and how it should be defended, let's go ahead and talk about how we're going to get there first. We have two blocks. Of course, we have the Gold League and the Blue League. And they are competing in round-robin action, where win gives them 3 points, draw gives them 1, loss gives them... And the matches are 20-minute time limits, and all seconds, all allies, are banned from ringside. So far, the entire tournament has been very well, strongly presented and held down. I respect that a lot. Here are the current standings. You can see for the Gold League, we have John Moxley and Swerve Strickland leading the block. They are 2 for 2. While Roosh and Jay White are at 3, and Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal, 2 Ring of Honor all-time greats, are at goose eggs. And
The numbers, what do they mean?
Yeah, the numbers. The numbers.
The numbers, Mason.
It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game.
Wait. This is like bingo.
Someone on Twitter thought it was Wordle.
Oh God.
Yeah, I did see that comment.
Yeah, and of course the Blue League, which is more like a expectation block, being perfectly honest, being led by all people. Brody King, why Brian Danielson, El Idolo, and Claudio Castagnoli have 3 points. Brian
Danielson with a broken eye.
For the goose egg. So, guys, this is right now, in my opinion, one of the most unpredictable tournaments I've ever seen in my life in this industry. And it is anybody's game. As we know, the winner of the gold faces the winner of the blue at the pay-per-view. But of course, during the week up to World's End, the 2 top scores of the gold and the 2 top scores of the blue will face each other off 1-on-1. With possible first-time ever encounters ahead or repeated classics to come as probably seen in this tournament, let's go ahead and break it down, get everybody's thoughts so far on this, and see if you guys have potentially a winner for each block or a winner overall. King, you literally been tracking this graphic by graphic, and so far I think we've covered each show that has had matches for it. Why don't you go ahead and give us your initial thoughts on this field, on the presentation? Do you have a winner for each block yet? And what's your expectation for the first ever AEW Triple Crown?
As we're about to enter week 3 of the Continental Classic, these past 2 weeks have been nothing but bangers of matches that we have seen throughout the past couple of weeks. I mean, on Dynamite and on Collision both. I mean, we've got 2 top dogs in the Gold League of Moxley and Swerve, which either it's like at this rate, it's between Mox or Swerve who's going to come out of the Gold League. That's my expectation of that because they're the top dogs of the Gold League. But I feel like Mark Briscoe needs to find his redneck kung fu within him, or else he out of there for sure. Jay Lethal needs to find the franchise Jay Lethal that we know him as you know, the franchise of Ring of Honor, or else he gonna be done. So he gonna be gone as well. I have a feeling Jay White gonna get one more win in him, but it's gonna be the same as he was in the G1. He ain't gonna win it. As my prediction, it's either going to be Mox or Swerve that's going to come out of the Gold League because the top dogs at the yard. And then in the Blue League, right now it's looking like it's Brody King's league right now. I mean, he put away Eddie Kingston 2 weeks ago in that Barn Burner main event with Eddie Kingston. And now last weekend, he put away
Claudio Castagnoli.
Claudio
was unable to do that.
Exactly. And it's like you put away Eddie Kingston and you put away Claudio Castagnoli, which, by the way, those are 2 Ring of Honor World Champions since Tony Khan's bought ROH. You have put away. Like, it's every time it's like Brody King's stock has gone up and up and up. And for the Blue League early prediction right now, and it might stick, I'm going away with Brody King to represent the Blue League.
All right. Interesting thoughts and initial takeaways. And to your point right now, I also will just say this. For Collision, the house seems to always win. The House of Black is ruling Collision right now as we speak.
Clean sweeps the past couple of weeks.
And Julia Hart's crazy ass is challenging or calling out challenger for the title. What the fuck?
It's supposed to be once in a blue moon Abaddon shows up, but they're going beyond it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sky Blue already talked. Well, Sky Blue is challenging Timeless Toy Storm this Wednesday in Montreal. Let's also put that out there. And also in Montreal, you got Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage for the TNT Championship, along with the Continental Classic. I'm just saying. And then Collision, you got Kenny Omega versus Ethan Page, also in Canada. Just saying. Casey's not here to sing the Canadian national anthem, but I feel like he would have a field day.
Oh my God.
God. Yeah, that's for you, preacher man. No, not copyright. Anyway. Eric, what's your thoughts on the Continental Classic and this idea of a Triple Crown? Again, we have not heard of a Triple Crown since All Japan Pro Wrestling merged the NWA and the AJPW and the UPF titles in their own right. That's now held by Kazuhiko Nakajima. And it's one of the most prestigious titles in all professional wrestling. And we know Tony Khan is a legacy guy. He honors legacy. He respects history. and he seems to like to recreate it now here on the Western front. So what's your take on the Continental Classic so far? And do you have an early pick for each block or an early win overall?
Graphs.
Yes, I give graphs.
Graphs.
Graphs. I give you both graphs. Go ahead.
The numbers. What do they mean?
The numbers.
Seriously, what was going on with everyone trying to dunk on this? Because it's a round robin tournament.
It's a round robin
Because
tournament.
people are not used to that. Even JJ was confused because let's be honest here, guys. Up to this point, ATW has only done single elimination tournaments. This is a first for them.
And it's like I was saying, they're getting like we talked about on our watch along last week. I feel like Tony is transitioning into a New Japan pro wrestling style in 2024, and we're just seeing bits of it as we speak.
But it also kind of proves more than ever that the ones who were saying we watch New Japan,
Liar!
Yeah, you're a liar.
Yeah.
I feel insulted by your lie as a guy that watches all things wrestling. New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I sense bullshit.
And I still recall before New Japan got stardom, Bushy Robot got stardom, someone actually said, "Oh, imagine Bailey and Sasha Banks in New Japan." You didn't even watch it, do you?
No, they don't. They want to forbid it.
And there was
more,
rumor that
never
New Japan
gonna
would partner with WWE, even though that was not true.
No.
I mean, they tried the All Japan Pro Wrestling thing a while back, and that went belly up.
Nope.
Yeah, but like as for the Continental Classic, I'm loving it. Swerve Strickland beat Jay White. I think we know he has a huge chance of winning, especially with.
I told Noah on Wednesday. I thought I was going to be our first draw, but I was wrong.
Actually,
you were.
A lot of people on Twitter were saying they should have went for a draw.
Again, Jay White now has lost against the AEW World Champion for the title. Now he lost to Swerve Strickland after Swerve went through a death match in the Continental Classic.
Yes.
Just saying. Continue.
So now I'm curious as to know where they're going to take this. Also, Roos almost got hurt apparently fighting Mark Briscoe.
Why am I not surprised with how intense that crazy?
Those two were in. That wasn't a wrestling match. That was a brawl. That was a fight.
That was a straight up fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we got the Gold League with Bryan Danielson, One Eye Brian.
Blue League, by the way, botched, but yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but One Eye Brian is insane as always and is trying his best to say, "Okay, honey, I know I promised this stuff, but I can't stop."
Let's keep it in wrestling context, Eric. All right.
That man, I mean, Bryan Danielson lives, breathes, and sleeps and eats professional wrestling for breakfast.
Damn it.
Have you seen his promo that he cut on the AEW's Twitter page of him meditating? Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He leaves and breathes stuff.
There's a reason why Regal called him the perfect wrestler, despite the fact he is way less than 100%.
And he has a match against Okada next month.
Don't remind us.
So
hell yeah.
That's Dave. We'll talk about
if you were to make me guess what's going to happen for the finale, I always think Swerve or John Moxley's got this, and while Brody King's in the lead, I get the feeling Brian's going to pull a fast one.
Well, again, Brian just had his first match, and he still has Brody King to come up. Honestly,
because remember, Jeff Cobb, as much as I wish he did win that G1 Climax years back,
get it?
Yeah.
He was undefeated, but one match threw him out of it,
and it was against the Rainmaker.
Yep.
I still think he should have won the G1. That would have been an interesting dynamic to see Jeff Cobb, the rising stardom, against his boss Will Ospreay, as he was the champion at the time.
Well,
Ospreay, speaking of both of them, they faced in Ring of Honor before for the television championship.
That's right. Remember, he won Supercard 2019, where of course Jeff Cobb won both championships that night. And he came in as the undefeated Ring of Honor Television champion. Oh, by the way, how did I forget? The Ring of Honor Television championship is being determined now by a Survivor the Fittest tournament. No idea who's winning that. As the Ring of Honor Final Battle pay-per-view has 2 matches right now booked. and it's next week.
They'll pull a fast one again.
They'll pull a fast one like Tony did last time, and all of a sudden people go, "Oh, look at this and this and this," and then all of a sudden, "Oh, we like the pay-per-view. We like the pay-per-view."
A double standard as always that we live in.
Man.
Anyway,
but Brody King honestly surprised me. I thought for sure he was going to be. I figured he was going to be a breakout star in this show, but I didn't think it would be like defeating world champ Eddie Kingston already.
And then former world champ Claudio Castagnoli too.
At least I can believe Brody King could defeat Claudio since Claudio's kind of in limbo for a little bit. He's still doing good matches, but like Eddie Kingston losing to him first is like, well, at least Tony Khan stopped you from losing the belts.
Yeah.
I mean, he's basically defending those titles with every match here because again, the winner's gonna get
but
the crown.
If you were to tell me who's gonna win this tournament, I want to say Swerve Strickland.
Ooh,
especially
that's a hot take.
Yeah, especially
really
since Swerve has been on this insane momentum.
But I feel like Swerve is more of a right now, and I know it's going to keep rising, a main event player.
Yeah, so except here's the thing. Here's something that someone actually asked me. Okay, if someone said this, it's like he's there. He's in the main event scene, but it's like, is he ready to run with the world title? Because some people have argued about his promo game. Like he has some hits and some misses.
Right.
Well, I get that as far as
they feel like they should wait till like near the end of 2024 to give him the run with the world belt instead of right now.
But I'm just going to throw this out there. His theme was playing in Jacksonville State, where Tony Khan and his father Shahid owned the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they were playing in the Monday Night Football game. I'm just saying.
But like he technically will be a world champion if he wins this because the ROH title.
And the Individual Strawweight title and the Continental title. Again, the champion's going to be presenting this Triple Crown and defending it across.
Yeah, so Swerve will have a huge amount of momentum, and when he eventually drops those 3 belts, or if they're 1 belt, then he can move on to the world title.
Well, I mean, at this point, though, you're carving your own legacy with this championship, though, and it allows you to work with 3 different companies. So, I mean, again, it almost feels like a bigger crown than just the AEW World Championship, we're being perfectly honest here. But
yeah, though that raises a question. If Swerve wins the strong title, it wins this whole thing, and it has an IWGP belt, I was thinking, oh God, imagine him fighting in the G1.
I wouldn't rule it out. I'm just saying. And I'm just going to call it Ace of Spades here. The biggest reason Tony Khan did this, you all knew what Bryan Danielson wanted to do when he came back to professional wrestling, damn it. He wanted to participate in a G1.
Yep.
Yeah, also,
exactly.
I'm just going to say this. 2 things. Okay. What if they make a pay-per-view dedicating to Bryan as his career nears its end?
I wouldn't rule it out.
I wouldn't rule it out either.
Countdown, that could be one. But here's another thing. AEW can win both with this. They can have a pay-per-view themed after Bryan, but also get some sweet sponsorship money. The Dance of the Dragons.
Oh, gosh.
We get money off of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, and we get to honor Bryan. It's win-win.
And again, you're not going to get anything if that becomes a thing. I'm just going to put that out there right now.
You're not going to get, yeah.
But to his point, Keiji Muto retired this year, and the show was Keiji Muto's last love, and literally that was a culmination of all things when it came to the art.
Except for the fact that Muto, except for Muto trying to do a moonsault until Tanahashi stopped them. But I digress.
Hey, speaking of Keiji Muto, he finally gave birth to the kid. He has a kid now. After the mess
it's grown up now. It just grew up. It had a rapid accelerating aging process.
What is Great Muta doing here? This confuses me even more. All right,
because the daughter appeared in a wrestling show and just misted someone.
Of course she did. Anyway, a new dark force born, soon to come to our television screens and Pro Wrestling Know if I have to guess. But
let's see if I can remember this. Beyond the whole Bryan Danielson pay-per-view, But we knew Brian wanted this. Also, I'm gonna just say this. I have completely forgotten that Naito was the G1 winner.
Damn, you know what though? That's kind of fair because again,
I completely forgot too, if I'm being honest
Yeah,
with
I
you.
was like, wait, Naito's the. Oh yeah, Naito is the G1 certificate
Yeah.
holder. How the heck do you make that forgettable?
Right.
you host 2 tag tournaments back to back.
Oh, yeah. That's
Wait, has he
Yeah.
even defended it?
Yeah, he did at Power. No, not at Power Show. He defended at the Destruction against who he defended against. Damn,
How long ago was that?
that was in October.
And yet, I have no recollection of that happening.
Me neither. Not at
Yeah,
all.
same.
They're trying to figure out the match. I can't figure it either. Anyway, okay, Lex, what's your thoughts on the Continental Classic? What's your top go-to winner for a blue and gold versus, and who do you think deserves to win the whole thing overall? And have you enjoyed this tournament?
I enjoy this tournament, but I can't wait for Claudio versus Eddie 3.
Oh,
God.
yeah. Yep, that is coming up this week. Yep, I forgot. Yep, it is coming up this week.
Along with the crazy.
Oh, he fought Jeff
classic
Cobb.
versus- Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Jeff Cobb. Poor Jeff Cobb. Damn it.
For me, I would go eat. I would run it back with Brian Danielson versus Swerve Strickland.
Well, considering the last match came out with shenanigans.
I consider that
But-
Eric
but-
saying
but-
that Brian
but
might
this-
pull a fast one.
But this one, I think for me, the whole entire tournament, I want Brian Danielson to win it, since he is part of this tournament, and he said he cannot compete in the G1 climax since his time is limited. So for me, him to win this, it's gonna be big for him.
Yeah, the Nadja McGee is facing forward.
Yeah, but then Brian's schedule is going to be tripled.
Yep, because he's got to wrestle.
And knowing the Madman, he's going to do it all the way up to his final match. And I'm calling it right now. If his final match is not at AEW All in Wembley Stadium next year and he doesn't come out to Final Countdown, Tony Khan, you fucked up.
But that also means you got to have Emi Sakura get her queen, We Will Rock You as well.
And do her versus Saraya.
There you go.
See, it's not hard to book. It's not even hard to finance. This dude's got the second biggest fucking wallet in the freaking industry. Damn it.
He does.
God. Anyway, yeah. I'm torn on this. First off, John Moxley, again, between his promos being sick and tired, mentally and physically tired, kind of like I am right now. Jesus Christ. Freaking only doing the one thing he knows how to do with that, and that's wrestle like he never
Well,
wrestled.
I have an update on Brian.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What?
boy. Please don't tell me he's more brittle.
I bet you
What?
he
No,
is.
no. He's well. He'll probably be when he's in his 70s because he said he wants to wrestle till he's 74.
Of course.
Continue.
However, he did said in an interview on the Maggie and Perloff show that he does plan to continue wrestling beyond 2024, just not the full time level he was doing.
Okay, so he's not.
He said
So
it
he's
would
not
be one
doing
of his-
full time, but he's going to be doing part time.
Yeah, he said
Oh,
that
thank
he
God.
would stop full time when his daughter turns 7, but he's still actively going to be involved in wrestling
That's good.
as basically a Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar type.
So basically, he's going to renew his contract. Got it.
Well, at least he's not holding a title hostage. But anyway, that's a
Oh
whole
my
Right.
God.
Sorry, I
And
say that out
He's
loud.
not wrong.
And Brian even said, yeah, I mean, I can see myself out there at 74, just
Oh,
being like,
jeez.
come on. Saying it's one of his life's passions.
I mean, Sting is doing it at 64. I mean, we want to roll that out.
He's saying he's done next year. Showtime for the last time is next year in March at Revolution.
But
He's
still,
gonna go-
we want to roll it out.
One last woo in the sunset.
That being
Also,
said,
we actually forgot a major thing to talk about.
What?
what?
Will Ospreay's All Elite?
Oh, my gosh.
I dare shame you
again,
all.
no, when we talk about contrast, we did talk about it earlier, and that was a moment. We're talking about people that we think, okay, maybe they're better here, maybe they're better there, maybe they're better here. But of course, before all that, to your point, Eric, and to your point, Lex, by the way, have a great time there live. We have
Yep.
Wrestle Kingdom. And of course, Will Ospreay will be going after a brand new championship. IWGP currently named still the UK Championship against John Moxley, David Finlay. Think about this, guys. If Jon Moxley wins this, that title goes into the Tokyo Dome. What if it becomes a winner-take-all scenario? Will Ospreay gets the global title he's looking for in the Triple Crown before he's in AEW. If Bryan Danielson wins this, and if you have Okada going in a different direction, what if Okada gets his win back and he becomes the first ever Triple Crown at the Tokyo Dome? You literally might be booking the Triple Crown winner at Tokyo Dome or seeing it presented there. And JJ made a very good point, as he usually does. The Triple Crown should be at the biggest shows possible if it's going to be presenting both Ring of Honor, New Japan, and AEW. AEW defines it at AEW World's End, AEW pay-per-view. The NJPW side defines it first and presents it at Wrestle Kingdom, the biggest show of New Japan Pro Wrestling's calendar year, for being perfectly honest. And as far as freaking Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, you defend it right there within maybe main event. It has to be the main event because it's got the Ring of World Championship. Yep. I feel like if Tony Khan doesn't do that with this Triple Crown, he's already got a bad start. But it comes to down who is the one you use to present it. And based on this Wrestle Kingdom card, you literally might be looking at somebody that could be presenting it. So put that in perspective, guys.
So anyways, how do you feel like David Finlay just took away Moxley versus Ospreay?
King, go ahead and talk real quick before we talk a little about Wrestle Kingdom. Then we're going to talk about contract talks before we conclude.
I'm just going to keep it short and brief and simple. I can't believe I'm repeating this like I'm beating a dead horse. But here we go. Why in the world is this knockoff Jay White fake leader of Bullet Club War Dogs, or whatever you call it, Bullet Club Dojo, Bullet Club this, Bullet Club that, not my Bullet Club, but you have a ungenerational talent leading Bullet Club, the legacy of Bullet Club, in a dog water state of Bullet Club Dojo people, and basically just tarnishing this legacy. And then you want to insert yourself into what it should be one-on-one between the aerial assassin and the Death Rider, and you just inserted yourself in here like, oh, I'm ungenerational talent. My name is David Finlay. I like to insert myself into this triple threat and just make the match. You just basically like, why? Why?
King, I'm just gonna ask you something real important.
Go ahead.
What if David Finlay, since Ospreay signed, what if David Finlay stacks both Mox and Ospreay like Roman did to Edge and Bryan?
You will not hear from me for the next.
That will be the death of New Japan for years to come.
All right, guys. Maybe we're being a little bit extreme here with that result. It is triple threat after all, and anything goes. And I don't think they would do something like that. But you also got to consider David Finlay. He could use this to his advantage. And to Eric's point, David Finlay is contractually signed to New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Also, I got another question. What if they just mess up the match completely and just have Bullet Club get involved since they are legally allowed to? Since this is
this is Gato's booking too. So,
as I say, Gato is the booker for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Brock Romero is the guy spearheading the Forbidden Door, but I digress. And that being said, of course, we also know this is the card in case folks are wondering what it's currently right now, as we still determine the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion challengers to Bishamon. We have the IWGP Heavyweight Championship on the line with Elvis Sprout. They'll finally get it done with a fully active audio audience, unlike Wrestle Kingdom 16, where Elvis Sprout got the better of Romo. So, should be a great match. Again, we got Tama Tonga going after the Heavyweight Championship against Shingo Takagi. I still think it should be Jeff Cobb, but that's a whole different conversation. And we also have the Ace of New Japan taking on Zack Sabre Jr. for the Interim World Television Championship to catch him with a neck cradle. And again, that might be all the Ace needs. You don't count out the Ace. Again, he still owns the freaking lease on the Tokyo Dome, being perfectly honest. And as we talked about, Tetsuya Naito, 4-year Destino, will it finally be accomplished, or is this truly his last chance, and is it just adios? Oh, and Bryan Danielson takes on Okada once again and looks to take away his Rainmaker. I'll make sure he never does the Rainmaker again. This is going to be a ridiculous Wrestle Kingdom, and I'm looking very forward to
Also, two things. One, King, I have another question. What if? Okay, not what if. Guess what? Guess what someone said to Will Ospreay.
What?
That they are a quote better entertainer than them.
Entertainer. That's a big
entertainer than them.
Entertainer. Not Matt Menard. I guarantee you that.
I guess you said it.
It would be funny if he said it.
Who?
The Road Dogg, Jesse James.
Well, if you didn't know, you know. But his time also far past.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, okay.
Yes.
Road Dogg.
Yeah.
Okay. Road Dogg say that just made me laugh. Like it was like, okay, come on. I know you're mad that he didn't sign with WWE, but come on.
At the end of the day, it is what it
It
is.
it's best for your family and your situation at the end of the day.
And
And he
that's all
chose
that
that.
matters. You should be happy for him. You should be happy for the talent. Again, don't put your support in this industry into one damn company with the biggest wallet.
Oh, also Noah, remember you're gonna have a busy 24 to 48 hours that day when Wrestle Kingdom airs.
Yeah, I already know that.
Heck, it could probably be 72 hours if WWE does a special NXT episode.
You realize I'm already calling all this next year, right?
Yes.
Good Lord. Yeah, we know.
Including what's left for this month. Starting this Friday with Tributes to the Troops, and Saturday I'm calling NXT Deadline
But
and Power Resolution back to
no,
back.
no, you know what Brian's gonna try and do.
What?
You know what Brian's going to eventually try and do with Wrestle Kingdom. Okay, Brian's going to go there, fly all the way to Japan, fight Okada, kick his effing head in, and then he's going to call Tony Khan and say, "Look, I got the earliest flight. If I can, I think I can make it to Dynamite. I know I'll be jet lagged, but I will do this."
I expect Brian to do that 110%. You kidding me? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Again, he's a freaking madman. He's, but anyway, that's all. That's a conversation that doesn't need to be a conversation. But let's go ahead and talk about this conversation before we talk about contracts. AEW World's End, industry reshaping begins. Again, guys, does the devil reveal himself? Is it inevitable that Samoa Joe will take the title from MJF? At the end of the day, guys, what happens at World's End before we truly begin? Again, let's talk a little bit about this double narrative. Adam Cole, Britt Baker, The Kingdom, David Finlay, Bullet Club, Sami Callihan, the names, the speculation galore, the wildest circumstances, Jack Perry, Hook. It's one of those things where we truly don't know who the devil is, and is it a double standard? Is it really MJF? Why Wardlow wants to take everything the devil took from him with interest? So let's talk about this narrative. We're talking about, AEW trying to be less storytelling. This has been the biggest story of AEW this year in quite a long time, and it's still right now is completely up in the air. We know that this Wednesday will be MJF Samoa Joe taking on two of the devil's goons, two of the four goons. Remember, it's four goons and the devil himself. We know one of those goons has a baseball bat, but I digress. So let's talk about this narrative real quick. Alex, you've been pretty quiet here, but again, you've been trying to catch up, and you know about this whole double narrative going on. It's not Yakuza led by Kota Ibushi, as far as we know, because he's going to be wrestling Fuji on January 2nd. But what's your take on this narrative, and do you think that the devil shows his true identity at World's End? You don't have to necessarily predict about MJF versus Samoa Joe for the championship. We'll do that during the last Wednesday of the year.
For me, I think the devil will finally be revealed at World's End. Because the name of the title says World's End, of course.
It's not finals, by the way, folks. Get that out of your head.
It's not the end of the world, but it is end of 2023 World's End.
Well, either way, I'll feel fine. So there's that.
But yeah, I'm excited for World's End because that storyline, what happened during Dynamite, right? MJF almost got beat the living crap of the devil henchman. And then they did the Undertale thing with the text.
Yes, which caught me a little off guard a little bit because
It's like,
yeah, go ahead.
Are you a hero, Max? And then I love when MJF broke the cane. It's like, I'm walking fine, you bitch. That's like.
Adrenaline makes a man does crazy things, but also it's like like freaking Sans or whatever. And Kenny Omega dressed up as Sans, but yeah, that did take me back because it's like, okay, and apparently commentary was hacked. They couldn't say or do anything during this entire segment.
Also, there's something else someone pointed out about Adam Cole's promo with MJF and Samoa Joe.
Go for it.
They noticed that Adam Cole's hand reached behind his pocket and he moved his hand like he clicked something when he was
Yeah,
sitting.
I saw that.
But I also did notice, and I was looking on Drainmaker's Twitter, and I
Yeah,
remember when
Drainmaker,
that.
yeah.
I remember the text that was saying, "Will you be a hero on Wednesday, Max?" And I took me back, and I did some conspiracy theory, and I said hero. Wait a minute. What was the jacket that Adam Cole wear at All In? What was the back of that word said on his jacket?
Well, considering he's a Halo fan, I mean,
It said
he
hero,
said hero.
and it
Dun,
said on the
dun,
text,
dun.
"Will you be a hero on Wednesday, Max?"
The funny thing is, it asked, "Will you be a hero?" It didn't ask, or it didn't ask an alternative identity, which also is another thing. Because let's be honest, he may be our scumbag, but MJF has still been the devil of AEW as long as we've known him.
Wait, this reminds me of that meme from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where the board meme, where like the conspiracy theories, like that's us wondering who's the devil, who's the
yeah.
devil. We're like,
But it's not like you get Jesse the Body Ventura on the case. Imagine that character trying to
I
solve
mean, it would be okay. I'm not gonna be okay. Sorry for being gonna be offensive on this one. The devil is too small for MJF because Adam Cole is small.
I'm about to say,
And plus, that tag match on Wednesday, we'll figure out who the goons are just by how they wrestle.
I think we're gonna get the goons unmasked bit by bit.
Yeah, about to say, I don't know if we're gonna get their identity before they're unmasked, but you're figuring the ring style might cater to that idea.
Look, so
Exactly.
long as they're wearing goofy
I think-
masks with stupid code names, I'm all right with it.
I think my only theory for this one, I think the Kingdom is behind the.
That's what my safe bet is the Kingdom.
Yeah, with that false neck strong liar in the wheelchair.
Hey, you don't disrespect Next Strong. The Next Strong, next the Halls.
He's a bigger crook than Christian Cage.
Nah,
that is America's Father of the Year, okay?
Wait.
That is Father of the Year.
Lets their own illegitimate son eat a concerto. Whose
Wait.
father wishes to have their son concerto another mother?
Wait. Save Christian Cage for Father's Day next year.
Oh, God. If his TNT time run goes that long, then they've already fucked up with this championship.
But seriously,
Anyway.
I can't wait for Adam Copeland versus Christian.
Oh, yeah, me too. It
I
might
don't
be
expect
all-
no shenanigans.
I'm calling it now. It hasn't happened yet during Christian Cage's run. It hasn't happened in a while. I'm calling it now. Not just shenanigans. I'm calling it now. Draw. Because remember, TNT Championship matches on TV go to 20 minutes.
Yep, I'm calling it too. It's going to be a draw, and we're going to get the conclusion at World's End.
It's going to be a chairs match, or is it going to be TLC?
But yeah, I keep thinking Sami Callihan is one of the goons because of that baseball bat. And he's known with that.
Wrestling Revolver, Pro Wrestling Revolver. He works with John Moxley, Switchblades. He also has worked with several talents in AEW. Anyway.
And he's a free agent.
Yeah.
That too.
Oh, but though, here's another theory some people could have thrown out.
Who?
What if it's the recently released MLW Megastar?
Rich Holiday.
Richard Holiday.
Again, he was in MJF's shadow as Dynasty. And you realize who MJF's girlfriend is right now, right?
Alicia Tout.
Former running master with Rich
Oh my
Holiday.
God.
Yeah, but also I was thinking, but yeah, when I was thinking of, I was also thinking Alexander Hammerstone being the big guy.
I don't know if that guy is as big as him. Alexander Hammerstone's a beast.
Yep,
yeah, but like I was thinking this. If it's one of MJF's past people he worked with in MLW, then I'm gonna be like, okay, he can be one of the goons, but he can't be the devil. It has to be a major payoff.
And again, at this point, the devil has to be as big as a Holy S moment to match up against MJF. Clearly, for whether it's championship or not, I'm just going to put the championship out there as the centerpiece. At this point, if it's not Jack Perry, who else has that connectivity to MJF where it doesn't go over like a wet fart in church?
Wardlow.
Wardlow's too big, and Wardlow's already made his intentions known.
So it's not
Unmatched.
Wardlow.
Wardlow's not. Wardlow's not. Jack Perry's underwhelming. Possibly
Yeah.
MJF's other past compadres could be in the Devil moniker.
I know someone said Sammy Bar, of course. Oh, by the way, congratulations to Sammy and Ty on the birth of their new daughter.
Baby
Congratulations
girl.
to them. I love that. I love seeing that. I know someone also put out Pac, but I bet he's been facing visa issues or injuries for the long. And Pac's been MIA for the longest time.
Not only just because of injury, but because the visa system sucks.
Well, yeah, but that's a whole different conversation.
I mean, wait. I mean, Pac could be an interesting character for the Devil, but he's a bastard.
Also,
that.
I don't think he's ever interacted with MJF.
No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't. And what would be like his motive also at this point too?
Right.
Championship. And again, right now, the inevitable might be Samoa Joe because let's be honest, guys, MJF's going in here banged up worse than ever.
I'm still sticking with my safe bet. I'm still sticking with Cole.
Yeah, I feel like this might be if MJF's title reign. He can try as much as he wants, but they're going to tell him, look, you have a torn labrum. We learned our lesson already. Well, we haven't, but with Adam Cole, baby, we already know that history.
I would say.
And this is the thing. I keep once again bringing this up. Why is this a trend now? Cody, Ridge Holland, Kenny Omega, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens all say, "Oh yeah, we're banged up. We're horribly injured. We'll probably be crippled by the time we're in about a year or so. But we're going to keep doing this until the wheels fall off. One of us. One of us."
Oh wait. Speaking of MJF, I'm excited for the movie The Iron Claw.
Yeah, he's in that as well. And to Eric's point, I think we talked about this on previous views. I talked about it with JJ. Since Cody Rhodes did that torn pectoral muscle 30-minute match in the Red Crab last year, he set the standard.
Well, to be fair, Kenny Omega started off first because, he was holding 3 world titles across multiple promotions.
Well. Vertigo and all the other issues he's been carrying on his medical history.
Think about that. I'm still bringing this up today. Imagine Kenny Omega wrestling with Vertigo, holding the IWGP holding the IWGP heavyweight belt, then holding the IWGP US belt, then holding the AEW world belt, the tag team belts, then holding the Impact world belts, and the AAA Mega Championship.
Yeah, again, he's a wrestler beyond on a different level of physicality and maturity, for being perfectly honest, and mentality. So, and again,
also someone did bring up the idea that it could also be Gorgon, who was part of MJF's Dynasty group, as the big guy.
But how many people in AEW are going to recognize that? You want this reveal to be
no, not the devil as one of the goons.
Oh, the goons.
Well, that's more realistic possibility then.
Yeah, like someone mentioned, like it could be the people of the Dynasty faction. Like the only one that would be quote good enough would be Alexander Hammerstone being part of the group.
And Kyle O'Reilly, he's nowhere near ready to come back yet, as far as I know. It's like he can't be a goon.
Yeah, and someone also mentioned Anna Blake being the female, being part of the group because she was the valet for the Dynasty.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
Of course, AEW just signed the most recent newest member to their female roster and former Stardom Tag Team Champion, the Glamour Mariah May, who went into Tony Khan's office last week, but we haven't heard any aftermath of that meeting yet.
Dynamite.
It's been said she's been set.
Dynamite.
It's been reported she's set for a major push next year.
Ooh.
What?
She said Mariah May.
Ooh.
She could. Mariah May versus Jamie Hayter. Bring it, Tony. Bring it.
I'm a hater. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I'm not gonna lie. Again, she hung with Julia. She beat Mina Shirakawa, leader of Club Venus.
Let's see. She had 99 matches within 9 months. I mean, I'm just saying.
Mariah May is somebody to watch out for. But again, this comes down to one thing that needs to change going into 2024.
The booking.
Book your women's division better. Damn
Amen.
Amen.
Anyway. All right. But yeah, I think Adam Cole right now just has to be the front runner. It just feels like it should be Adam Cole in the Kingdom. Let's not forget, even after I put it out, yes, you once led your kingdom. Thy kingdom come, thy king's rule carried out. All right. It just feels like it speaks for itself. It really does.
But is that kingdom going to be undisputed?
That I don't know.
Though, also, what if it's a combination, like Undisputed Era, the Kingdom, and Dynasty? Like, like a
What
member
sort
of
of name?
each.
That's a super group.
What sort of name do you give that?
The Dynastically.
Really?
That's a real word. Let me just pull up the definition.
Look it up because I've never heard of that word before.
I've never heard that word in my life. That almost sounds like just three words merged
together. Like, I didn't know it was a real word.
When Ospreay decided to build the Empire, it was just called the Empire back in Wrestling 15. Then it got the United Warrior.
Well, it's a similar name for Dynasty. It's a similar name for Dynasty. Yeah, but dynastically is like if something it has to do with rulers or leaders who inherit their position of power. A dynastic business is run by a successive generation of the same family, yada yada yada. But one of the other things is mentioning, if I'm correct about this, when the last time I read it, is that it also relates to a mission.
Well, the Adam Cole's been behind this whole thing. This certainly has been one hell of a mission since AEW All In, if that truly is the case. And it just adds more value to the merit. So again, World's End, it might be MJF's end, and it might be for Adam Cole, a new undisputed beginning of a very unique reign to happen in AEW before this bidding war in 2024. But only time will tell, guys. We keep on counting down the days, and I think Wednesday is going to give a lot more foreshadowing whether MJF will survive Samoa Joe and hold on to the gold, and whether the Devil's ugly face will be foretold.
Yep.
All right. Well, that being said, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about contracts and the industry as we talk about 2024. I mean, you already brought up a couple of names right there with Kazuchika Okada and Kamille. I know I've talked about the Virtuosa. Long day. Deonna Purrazzo. I know that we've talked about, okay, what are they going to do as far as reshaping AEW? Focus on the younger talent within. Do they need to bring somebody else in? I mean, you set that graphic here about how many people they got under 30 when it comes to that. And NXT, for what it's worth, they got a lot of people under 30 they're trying to create into the next superstars of the next generation. Good luck with that. I see 5 so far. And then, of course, we're talking about reshaping the Japanese landscape with New Japan and Noah and who knows what the frick else in Stardom right now. You got Julia, you got Mercedes Monet that's still up in the air whether or not she becomes fully elite, but Bayley wants to see her back, and Bayley's excommunicated from Damage Control. Maybe that's how they try and bring Bayley back as babyface and have Bayley and Sasha Banks tag team again. Yeah, let's see how far that goes. Towards WrestleMania, there's a lot of unknown expectation, and also bring up Honor. Billy Starks, bring up our World Champion Athena. What does she do after that? If she loses, that's another thing. Katsuyori Shibata might be going back to Japan. Maybe that's why he lost the pure championship to Yuta, because of how long he held that. There's a lot of speculation, so I just want to get your thoughts, whether it's company or person or something you might see. I know we'll get more into this as we talk about our vision of 2024.
Before you bring that up, I just want to mention, according to Dave Meltzer, take it with a grain of salt as you can.
Oh, God, here we go, that guy.
The plan is apparently set to have Toni Storm and Maria May eventually feud for the world title.
I kind of saw that coming, to be fair, because that's literally Stardom vibes right there. Former Stardom World Champion, SWA Women's World Champion.
No,
former
Dave Meltzer uses certain words that when I heard this, I was like, you have to be honest, you have to be right about this, or they'll call you out. They're saying that they want to make that program between Mariah May and Toni Storm to be a featured program on AEW TV. And I was like, prove it.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah, prove it.
What's the number one criticism of AEW that we got? Look in the women's division.
Exactly.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Someone said AEW needs to respond. So I've been seeing people saying AEW needs to respond to Punk's going to WWE, and I was like, and one of my ideas was like, make the women's division a cornerstone of the company. No. Well, I tried.
I mean, again, I was saying that we talk about the potential all the time there. I mean, Abaddon. Who would have thought you get Abaddon versus Julia Hart tease for the TBS Championship?
Who would have thought we'd get Abaddon twice?
Showed up also, did you hear that Kiss had their final Kiss show?
Oh, the band Kiss?
Yeah, they had their final show.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Retirement show, I think, right?
Yeah, well, guess who was there?
Who?
Missy Hyatt, Bully Ray, Medusa, Blue Meanie, and David Lagressa were at the Madison Square Garden show this past weekend. But guess who also showed up?
Oh.
WCW 2000 Kiss Demon.
Oh, Crowbar.
Crowbar.
Wait, that was Crowbar?
Yeah, that was
Yes, it
Crowbar.
Crowbar. Oh, good Lord Almighty. All right, guys. Well, before we conclude here, let's just talk a little bit about something that we think about already about 2024, whether it's TV rights or a talent showing up here or there. And we'll just talk about one for now. I know we'll go into like our longest show come the year's end, the Wednesday after that Dynamite, Hey in the World's End. But let's just go ahead and talk about that real quick. One of you brought up Kamille. One of you brought up Monday Night Raw. One of you brought up Okada and WWE. So I'm just going to let you all shoot the breeze here for a little bit. Eric, why don't you go ahead and spearhead this thing off? I mean, you talked about the aspect of Nakamura and Okada. Yeah, how did Nakamura and AJ Styles work out WrestleMania 34 versus Wrestle Kingdom 10? I'm just saying.
Also, AJ Styles has been kind of in limbo, right?
Yeah.
I think he's still injured. I haven't
I
seen
have
him back
no
yet.
idea.
I don't know either. He's also at the tail end of his career, but being perfectly
But
honest.
yeah, reportedly, a whole bunch of contracts are set to go out. Okada is now confirmed to be going out, according to Sports Illustrated. And Japan, as a country, has been having a yen problem with their currency and economy. So,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, so and they brought up how you're going to expect more New Japan talent to start leaving and find other opportunities.
Well, I mean, hey,
In fact, I think one of the descriptions that was mentioned about what's going to happen, that they fear New Japan Pro Wrestling is going to turn into a North American pro wrestling feeder promotion, where basically they make the talent in Japan, and then the North American companies come in and be like, "We'll take them."
Well, I mean, they took Will Ospreay. Bro.
Yeah, and they took Jay White.
That's my new bruv.
Bro.
And like I said, it's because New Japan is Japan itself is having issues with its economy, so there's all that.
Wait, there's
also a new president with Bushi Road also, and I wonder if that might also be impacting anything.
So no wonder stars are changing, jumping ship and everything.
Also a possibility Mercedes Moné could theoretically go back to WWE since her contract's already up.
Speaking of that. I think that Bailey posted something on Instagram.
Yeah, she did.
That hints another one.
Yeah.
I'm going to rule it out. I've been saying it for the longest time. Dakota, here, hold on. Here's my Casey thing.
Here we go.
All right. Let me tell you something. Dakota Kai, true leader of Damage Control, and she's gonna use this to not go after the championship, but she's gonna take Bailey's spot because that group ain't done jack shit with Bailey as leader. They're a bunch of losers. But Dakota Kai, she brings Kyrie back, and she's the one with the plan, and she's gonna lead Damage Control to the main event, and after they win it, she's gonna go after and finally claim her first main roster singles championship. No, hear me out, fellas. Dakota Kai is gonna be a women's champion in WWE next year by SummerSlam. I rest my case. Anyway, that was to you, Casey.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, brother.
Well, I was gonna say
we still miss you and your old Canada.
Don't raise that up here.
We still miss you, that bro. Still miss that.
But
anyway,
I was gonna mention New Japan Bushi Road of both Stardom and New Japan had plans to do Gorilla versus Monet, but then all these contracts started coming up. They still hope to have that match happen, but they're not sure depending on how long it takes for Mercedes to come back from injury.
Well, apparently she's been reconditioning herself and rehabbing.
She posted a vignette on her Twitter and her Instagram. So
yeah,
I could definitely see her showing up again prior to Revolution somewhere. It's just a matter of where. And guys, let's be honest. Let's be honest here. What's the number one show to first come up in the new year for the most possible surprise possibility? The Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
We still have Wrestle Kingdom, of course, as well.
True, but the Royal Rumble,
you gotta counter
that
this.
buzzer hits 0.
Here's the thing.
Exactly.
I get the feeling Tony Khan said he would love to have Mercedes in AEW. We kind of already suspected that.
Yeah.
Right.
If Tony Khan wants to prove that he's the best option for Mercedes, please just goddamn push the women division to the cornerstone it deserves.
But say, you
Please.
Wait,
you realize
wait.
Mercedes Moné left due to the way her mentality was towards the women's division
Wait,
at the time.
Okay, hear me out.
Go ahead.
If Mercedes signs with AEW, the women's division will be booked better than ever because you already have the future in Mariah May.
Yep.
You have the champion Tony Storm.
Yes.
You have a returning Jamie Hayter, which I hope God bless her return would be in a speedy and please don't be injured. And you still have Hikaru Shida in the mix.
Keep naming them. We're talking about the potential here. Keep naming them.
And we have Athena in ROH.
Yeah, and we have Minion in training now graduated, Billy Starks.
But she didn't graduate. She dropped out and was like, "Screw you! I'm better than this."
MIT over.
Now she wants to prove it against Athena and what really is maybe 1 year in the making because Final Battle is where Athena won the title. And why Eddie Kingston's getting on Athena's case, I think Eddie Kingston's kind of got a point, to be fair.
Yep.
Anyway, continue. But yeah, like I said, we talk about it all the time. Impact is the leader of women's wrestling. They've been the leader because the Knox has always been the standout, the alternative. A woman's been able to find themselves and be more than just a pretty face or a diva or a blonde bimbo. Or, a political figure. I didn't put out no names. What are you talking about? Also, of course, NXT right now, they're really trying to cultivate a lot of great women into the future, including Jade Cargill, and they still haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. But again, trust the process, slow burn. Don't just feed her to the wolves or to jobbers.
Also,
and then, of course, like I said, AEW has the potential, but it comes down to the booking. Now they have an established champion in Toni Storm with the experience. Tyler Toni Storm with the experience, and now they have one of the youngest originals as a champion in Julia Hart.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
but I was also going to mention this. People keep saying like, "Oh, with Vince McMahon no longer running the creative books, mistakes can come back then, right? Right?"
Nah. I mean,
Here's the thing. People keep bringing that part up, and I was like she could, but there's just one tiny problem besides the fact the company gaslit her and Naomi on public television and across the entire viewing world.
That's it.
The problem is that the locker room didn't side with her and Naomi.
Not at all.
Exactly.
Like it probably safe for like a handful, like Bailey, but like overall, the locker room wasn't on Sasha and Trinity's side.
Well, I mean, you look at Karen Jarrett and Aubrey Edwards; they know they're just there for the ride, but at the end of the day, they're going to do what's best for the company. They're just going along with it. There's a reason why we had that
Speaking of TNA, and did you know who was in backstage? The picture with Nick Aldis.
Who?
Dixie Carter.
Dixie Carter, that's right. Dixie Carter, former TNA president. Well, again, at the end of the day, collaboration should lead to a stronger competition. There shouldn't be like bad blood, knives, and pitchforks like it was in the 80s and the 90s, all right?
But that was when men were men.
No, fuck that. It shouldn't be pigeonholed like a prison, even if WWE is still the most locked down company in all existence. Anyway, but now they got the global organization because WWE is becoming that international juggernaut. They truly are becoming that global juggernaut. I mean, look at the places they visited. Look at where they're going. They're going to France and Berlin next year and Australia.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yep.
But then they fired Tennille Dashwood.
I mean, the WWE is going international. That's what we need more from them. Go international with. They plan to bring WrestleMania in the UK, which I highly expect them to do it.
Yeah, here's the thing. There's still no word on that's going to happen yet. I was like, here's the thing. The fans want it, no doubt, but
Megan would want it. Megan would want it.
But like WWE's going to look at the UK and be like, "Do you have $90 million in tourism cash?"
Again.
No, we're in a cost of living crisis. Piss off.
Money
Yeah,
talk.
that is true.
Money
Because
talk
they
at the end
want
of the
they
day.
want to be paid, not just put a show there. That's ridiculous. That'd be giving the fans what they want.
Well, I mean, if they don't get that, they got Taylor Swift.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
No.
speaking of Taylor Swift, yeah, apparently All In was affected by that. Is why Tony Khan made the change accommodations to accommodate Taylor
As much
Swift.
as much as I fucking hate to say it, Taylor Swift's still bigger than professional wrestling. God bless it.
She's the
But,
one.
there's also some sad news for AEW fans in the UK.
What?
All In will be the only UK based show for them next year.
This is
why. Oh, damn.
Well, cancel my plans on the UK.
Yeah, so AEW will still have All In there, but they will not have any shows like surrounding the.
And why is Jeff Jarrett being brought there in the first place?
Wait, so there will be no.
Markets.
So there will be no Dynamite, Rampage, Coliseum.
Okay,
No, there won't.
First off, stop saying it like that. This is not the year you stop it, but you're starting to piss me off. Secondly, Jeff Jarrett is there to fucking hell. Jeff Jarrett is there to help them push to further markets. And if you look at the control center that Tony Schiavone does, they have actually debuted in more markets this year. Here's the number one thing I'm going to say right now when we're spitballing stuff. Stop fucking booking wrestling shows in Chicago.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, the market has been tapped out.
That city is going to burn down to the ground, preferably again. Because the industry is going to kill it. Every damn company has booked that show into oblivion. Not just AEW, although they might be the most
Impact, WWE.
Every company.
How about book somewhere like Ohio,
in the U.S.,
Puerto Rico,
Florida. I wouldn't mind more shows right here in Toledo, Ohio. But it was great to see Collision for the first time ever.
Coliseum.
You stop it! Because friggin' Brian Diaz and Christian Cage and Chris Statlander and Sky Blue. By the way, Sky Blue, damn girl, way to own what you friggin' know you're famous for. Jesus.
Oof.
She said it and she showed it. All right.
Yes, yeah, she did. Saturday. Whoa, that's
hey, Saturday's all right. And more ways
wait.
than one.
Speaking of, okay, one more time. Coliseum. Kenny Omega versus Ethan Page. Jesus Christ.
The battle of the Canadians. All this Canadian talk, and I just got done covering Wrestle Kingdom. Wow, Noah, you're fucking tired. But WrestleMania 7 with not 7, also double botch. Fuck me. WrestleMania 6 with JJ that took place.
Welcome to Botchamania.
Shut up. WrestleMania 6 with JJ that took place in Canada in the Sky Dome with the freaking Oogle guy singing the Canadian national anthem.
3 more WrestleManias to go, and we're going to be doing one of the worst WrestleManias of all time.
Don't remind me. Fuck my life sometimes on this shit.
They need to like do more from King's state, Oklahoma and Texas a lot for AEW.
He's got enough madness already in Texas with Garland, Winter is Coming, and Final Battle. He's got enough going on right now in Texas. Texas is almost getting oversaturated.
The Wild West.
I just remember something. Guess what was coming soon to Ring of Honor?
Ring of Honor, what?
The United Empire is now gunning out the Mongol embassy. And the trios.
Wait, which rendition of United Empire?
Rito Khan and Haner.
Oh hell, yeah, that makes sense. That
makes a lot of sense.
Jeff Cobb is a former Ring of Honor champion, so he's no stranger to holding gold from this promotion.
No, he's not.
Right? ATW, Worlds Collide, former specials with Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling exclusively. But I digress. Yeah, Kamille, in my opinion, if AEW doesn't get the women's division together, I could see her going to WWE. She's got the
Imagine she
build.
just goes to Impact. That's the best place for women.
Yeah, she go to
I
Impact.
agree, but the strength of Impact is they do more with less and create more from what they have. There's a reason why Kylan King, Tasha Steelz, Deonna Purrazzo, Trinity, Killer
Kelly.
Kelly.
Masha
Jordan Grace,
Slamovich.
Red all day. That's all I gotta say about that.
Oh, Lord.
So
Here
isn't
we
the
go.
Peraza's contract coming up next year?
Yes, we do. I'm worried. I gotta be honest here. Look, I'm just gonna say this for the record. She is one of the most proficient wrestlers, technically, not named Serena Deeb in women's wrestling. WWE doesn't focus on that shit.
Also, we also with all these contract talks, let's just mention this: Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch. There are contracts also coming up next year.
But isn't TKO
Also,
trying-
AJ Styles apparently.
I think TKO's trying to like extend their like contracts with big money.
Yeah,
That's it. Money talks.
and
right?
I was
At the end of
like,
the day.
so are you going to give Drew McIntyre what he's been asking for?
Yeah, that's a question mark. He's the only question mark. Sheamus is a question mark on creative.
But
Yeah,
but
that's
Claudio said he wants Sheamus to be
And even Claudio said he wants Sheamus to come in and
Yeah,
join
that's
AEW.
the bar.
You
But
imagine
now,
the bar in AEW.
or Sheamus be part of Blackpool Combat Club. That would be cool.
Also, here's what I recall hearing this. Apparently, there was hold on, let me see if I can find this. But
In other news, Raw still is up in the air, and we've already talked about Amazon, but FX was also another candidate, and that is strictly a movie.
Oh yeah,
now.
speaking of AEW, the recent episode of Unrestricted is Chris Hero.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, you knew what I was talking about there. Oh my gosh.
oh yeah, also he gave out. Also, speaking of Chris Hero, he said he has conditions if he tries to return to wrestle.
Makes
I don't know what those were, but like that's what apparently is going on.
That just tells me that the Kings of Pro Wrestling are not coming back anytime soon, and honestly, they don't need to. Even if Claudio Castagnoli is in limbo right now, the Continental Classic has breathed some life into some of these people that you don't know which way they're going, at the expense right now of particularly Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal, being perfectly honest, and Daniel Garcia, who the most inexperienced in this and under-accoladed, he still right now has the biggest chance to hang with the absolute best and show out. So,
In which Daniel Garcia has came out and said this is his contract year. So wherever he goes, yep.
And honestly, he's been one of the longest running stories of character development in being a sports entertainer or a professional wrestler. Damn the woo. So it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if that's. I do think Derek Garcia and Ricky Starks could realistically go over to the WWE. I actually do.
Yeah. I'm starting to prepare for that right now.
We gotta be honest here, guys. There's a reason why we are ATW. We are unbiased. We are not shills. We are not tribalists. We are optimistic analysts and viewers of all aspects of the industry. A lot of people can really jump ship from AEW to the WWE in the name of money. And we just saw Ricky Starks in the ring with Jade Cargill, for example. Ricky Starks gotta be the next big name candidate right now.
Yeah.
I can't be sure if I recall this correctly, but I did kept hearing that before Drew McIntyre had re-signed with WWE, New Japan was making a strong offer, and guess what they initially were going to offer him?
What?
You're going to fight Okada.
Oh wow!
Remember what happened to the last person that fought Okada earlier this year or last year?
Yeah, he went back.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait,
again,
who are we referring to again?
Bronson Reed.
Reed,
Thank you.
Oh
they
no,
know.
the man who beat Okada.
and now he's doing insert thing here. At the end of the day,
Let me see.
money and family. Those are the two biggest factors for anybody in this industry. You want the most money? You go to the WWE. You want to secure your family for life? You go to the WWE.
Here's the
if you want to
thing.
spend more time with your family, you don't go to the WWE.
Here's the thing: WWE firings are weird. They fire people and then they rehire back. It's some weird thing.
That's about that whole budget cut thing, but also we need more bodies because we haven't built enough bodies yet.
Like
And
Drew
Well, by the
McIntyre said,
way,
like Drew Mc.
because NWA is set to do cuts.
well, yeah, again, they're losing, in my opinion, their biggest star that's holding them up, and that was Kamille, and that was the one reason I was following the NWA still, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see what happens, particularly with Kamille, Deonna Purrazzo, Rika Starks, Daniel Garcia, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Kazuchika Okada, and Tetsuya Naito. Those are the people I'm watching right now out for in 2024 as far as their futures goes. Because as far as I'm concerned, MJF is AEW. I think that whole bidding war thing is just a work.
Apparently, he has resigned. A rumor has it he has resigned for 2027.
See, I've been saying I've been saying it myself for about a few months now. He has quietly resigned ever since that all out return last year. He quietly resigned.
Remember when he cried on the media scrum recently?
Yep, that showed right there. If you need more further proof.
Or again, guys, this guy has a degree in theater. He was acting.
That
you guys
man
are really easy to get worked.
No, that man could not break his character wherever he goes.
Nope.
And yet he's actually engaged with
also,
people.
guess what Nia Jax did on
no.
right before TV.
She's not like most girls.
No, the former half of the Samoan steakhouse.
Nia Jax said that she said she credits Shayna Baszler with sending Ronda Rousey to a company lesser than WWE.
And this is the exact reason why we cannot move forward in the right way in this industry with dumb shit said like that.
Oh, by the way, Nia Jax is going to feud with Becky Lynch. The end.
Oh, so they're finally going to. Oh.
Well, there's our match for Royal Rumble. Anyway, also Ronda Rousey and Ring of Honor. Did not see that on my big.
I did not see that coming at all.
That's freaking crazy. Let's be realistic here. If they go back to California, do they get Ronda Rousey again? And this time, do they get her for AEW?
Well, apparently AEW and her had tension during the negotiations for Ring of Honor.
Geez, tension. Ronda Rousey. That doesn't sound abnormal, right?
Also, if Mercedes was to sign with AEW, I would think, since she says she's clear, Serena D would be her perfect introduction feud.
Well, yeah, I agree. I'm just curious how they reintroduce Serena Deeb into the ecosystem because she is one of the most, honest to God, besides Emi Sakura, she's the person you need right now coaching and leading this division into the future. I said what I said.
Oh, also, After the Bell podcast is canceled.
Oh, damn, how'd that happen?
Wait, which podcast?
After the Bell with Corey Graves and Vic Joseph.
Wow.
Yeah, they canceled it last month.
Oh, they must have ran out.
It just got confirmed recently.
Wait, what's the other thing? Not that podcast, another show for WWE with
Out of character.
Out of character.
That one's gone too.
Oh man.
I mean, I guess they got too much content, so they had to filter out some stuff. The podcast is where they start because you gotta get more time for the bump. I don't know.
I mean, that's how you see. That's why you see Ryan Satin doesn't work for the WWE and is not being a WWE shield like that no more on Twitter.
Well, again, I'm not on the Twitter because I protect.
Also, Kevin Sullivan, one of the old guard of AEW's founding production vice president, has been let go.
Yeah, I read about that.
That's an interesting.
Some people feel like it might have been best because he's been screwing up a lot with the camera work.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep, it's fair.
I mean, how long of delays have we had? Did anyone remember when Wardlow was looking at TV backstage at Collision, not plugged in?
Yep.
I'm just saying. And then Lexi Nair's just waiting for her.
And yet they still won't fire Kevin Dunn off of WWE.
Wait. Oh yeah. I think another one that left WWE, Mackenzie Mitchell.
Yes.
Yeah, she was let go actually, which
she confirmed on her Instagram.
Yeah, but it seems like it was mutual. So at the end of the day, you cut the budget where you can. This is just a weird industry when it comes to But also, it's one of those things where it's like if you're not a focal point of the product, you're expendable. Doesn't matter
It's
where
business.
you are.
Business is business.
Yeah, it's literally business. Guys, I spent 3 hours talking with somebody in the business on the independent side of things for 16 years. Shout out to Mr. I Told You So, the Gino, and it was great chatting with him on Open Mic Night. Go check that out if you can, guys. And he talked a lot about, those aspects of the business when it comes to that locker room etiquette, when it comes to the two big companies and how things move around. He's worked multiple angles with WWE as far as a stand-in with staff and security. He's also, of course, worked on dark matches in AEW's past. So it's one of those fans. Also, he's a huge fan, primarily of Lucha Libre. So it's one of those things where, again, we really don't know the inside of the industry, but he definitely gave a lot to light in our discussion. And at the end of the day, like, hit the nail on the head. No matter what we think, we are just fans. We kind of have to really try, and even I'm guilty of this, and I'm trying to do better. Sometimes we got to try to figure it as fans and really think about it as business, because at the end of the day, that's what trumps. Nothing else. That's why CM Punk's back in WWE.
Yeah.
Despite the rest with that.
Oh yeah, speaking of AEW and everything, Chris Jericho appeared in Vietnam.
What?
Chris Jericho was in Vietnam because he's scouting talent.
From
apparently.
Vietnam Pro Wrestling, yeah.
He's scouting more talent.
I mean,
because also along with him was a former AEW dark competitor, Viva Van.
I remember Viva Van. Great.
Yeah, because she's part Vietnamese and she was the one who helped the promotion Vietnam Pro Wrestling when it comes to the wrestling ring.
Oh, nice. I respect that.
Because that happened during, I think, Sunday in Asia time, that he appeared in Vietnam. So
I was like,
about to say. Go ahead, King.
I said, which is why I was like, why was Chris Jericho in Vietnam? And then someone told me, he's scouting talent. Okay.
Again, they're reaching out globally. You gotta. They don't have like an NXT, but if people call Ring of Honor that, again, Ring of Honor a different direction, who knows? But I mean,
from what I remember, Jericho's a VP of Talent Relations, I think.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. So that's why he's like Triple H, but scouting.
I would say it's almost more like QT Marshall, because the head of talent relations is still Christopher Daniels.
Also, did you all see Triple H take a shot at that QT more or less and the training that Jay Cargill went through?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, guess what came out after QT announced he was leaving?
What?
We should totally hire QT, right, Triple H?
At the end of the day, you know what? You put your foot in your
And
mouth.
I was just like, you just publicly put him on blast indirectly, along with Brian, because of Jay Cargill's training, and now you want to hire him?
Ladies and gentlemen,
speaking of QT Marshall, let's not forget he was in NXT at one time.
He was. And he could definitely be a coach, just like Lindsay Dorado was a coach, I believe. I don't know if he's still a coach now there.
I think he's still a coach in the Performance Center.
That's what I thought. At the end of the day, hypocrisy, ladies and gentlemen, hypocrisy is not only done by Tony Khan. Even Triple H does it. Thank you. Anyway.
Thank you.
Anyway, enough gimmicks. Dadgummit. Kudos for Chad Gable, though, getting that over. But yeah, I'm really just wondering what the industry is going to look like by the end of 2024, if nothing else. And again, Tony Khan, get your fucking service set up for the pay-per-views, please.
Please, bro.
I've never had an episode in my wallet in my life. I spent $400 on professional wrestling pay-per-views just in AEW.
You're not the only one. I have two.
And then you consider 150 for the 3 Ring of Honor pay-per-views. And then you consider the freaking 200 for the Impact pay-per-view. Someone else do the math for me. Anyway. But yeah, either way, guys, there's still a lot left to be figured out for December. Again, we got, God bless them, men and women. We got Tribute to the Troops. We got Deadline, and we'll see. I still think Deadline should be a final exam for people in NXT, but that's just a whole different conversation for another day. Find real competition for Lyra Valkyria and Ilya Dragunov, not named Baron Corbin. Just saying. We got friggin' Final Resolution. What a fitting name, by the way. Impact's last show before they rename themselves back to TNA. Final Resolution. And when you look at this card, kind of like an homage. It's not really like anything where that's on the line. It's more like momentum or hype. I mean, the biggest match on the card, you got the Morrison Machine Guns versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Josh Alexander. What? Just saying. This would be a good card, though. And then,
Oh yeah, speaking of independence, Mike Bailey has been on fire in the independents.
I mean, when is he not? I at this point, who had more matches this year? Because I know it's got to be a competition with these two. Was it Speedball Mike Bailey or Masha Slamovic?
Also, the fact that Mike Bailey versus Maki Ito happened.
God.
Oh yeah, that did happen. Yeah.
A man of integrity should not be messing with that crazy motherfucker.
Whoa.
We don't do that. Casey's not here. We don't do that. Non-copyright.
Also, Randy Orton said to appear on Logan Paul's podcast.
Oh, I'm sure that's good. I'm sure he won't RKO him, although I would love to see that.
That's
That'd
gonna be a good
viral.
conversation.
I mean, there was a clip of Randy Orton stealing the U.S. title that Logan Paul left in the room.
I don't think Logan Paul would care. He tried to pawn it for Pete's sake. That's the value.
I
of the
mean,
champion.
okay, for not safe for work broadcast, he slept with his fiance with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Kamille and Sammy Guevara beat him to that.
And apparently WWE told him not to do that, and he just did it anyways.
Logan Paul, do you really think they're gonna hold him back versus CM Punk?
Not
if
gonna lie.
only.
Regardless of we hate Logan Paul, we can never deny his dedication and pure athleticism for the
No.
sport.
You're absolutely
is
right.
true.
I've even said that. Like I said, you gotta think about this place as a business, not a fan. Logan Paul checks off all the boxes when it comes to in the ring, especially Sam Rey Mysterio's neck.
Except his part-time status.
Well,
Yeah.
that's just unfortunately the nature of the beast when you could have that big of a wallet and that big of an ego to support that. Hi, Roman Reigns. Anyway,
And one more thing,
go ahead.
Brock fears Kyrie.
Really? If we're going to talk about that, okay, we're going to talk about that meme. We're going to talk about that meme right there. To close this thing up, we're going to talk about that. All right. Brock versus Kyrie.
Oh,
all I know is if they aren't going the direction that I think they're going, then I'm confused. If you tell me that Kyrie and Oscar are not going to want to become women's tag team champions, now that Piper Niven and Chelsea Green have no competition, and Io Sky is the SmackDown Women's Champion, Dakota Kai's leading the faction, and you're telling me that these three aren't going to have all the gold with Dakota Kai's leader,
Triple
while Billy
tails.
Kay comes
Triple
out?
tails.
Or don't let Bianca get frustrated so easily after what I saw on Friday between her and Kyrie. Just saying.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, people still think Bianca should go heel, but as far as that goes, nah, that ain't gonna happen with what she does for little girls. She's a figurehead now. She's a babyface. So, but her and Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch coexisting, I did not expect that.
I didn't expect them to make up.
The past is behind us. That people can move on. That people can grow. That people can work together.
Charlotte.
Move forward. You know, focus on what's important here. Gotta make money. Gotta make money. Gotta make money. That's what it should be all about at the end of the day. Make money for your company. Make money for yourself. Booker T was right about one thing. Checks and championships really do define the business. Damn it. Even if I can't stand them on commentary. They're just meat. The only meat is the meat division.
Oh my
AEW.
God. Oh yeah, I said this before, but people are gonna be, oh man, what if the devil was? It was me, Max. It was me all
Tony
along.
Khan. Okay. All right. Tony
Oh,
Khan,
no.
hear me out. Hear me out.
Oh no.
Tony Khan needs to completely stay off screen.
Tony Khan needs to lay off the cocaine.
No bread, no water, just me.
Damn it! Well, we know what this guy does outside.
Wait. TK versus Max. Book it, TK. Oh wait, you're fighting already.
Can we please not try and turn Tony Khan to another Vince McMahon character?
What is this? Durag Vince era?
Oh God,
Oh.
that's it. We're done. We're done with tonight. That's the final straw. I ain't going down that road again. But no.
Wait.
Merger announcement.
I mean, speaking of Durag Vince, I mean Matt Cardona did it on GCW.
All I'm gonna say is white men don't act black. Anyway, Aaron, go ahead.
Huh?
You had something you were about to say or something
No,
like
I
that?
said Vince at the big announcement for the merger, he wore a do-rag.
Because a fedora doesn't make any sense at all.
No, if he wore a fedora, then I would be convinced he's secretly a mafia ready to stab me with his knife.
Oh God!
I will offer you something you can't refuse.
The Tony D'Angelo family is probably the reason.
No. He'll look at Emil straight in the eye, his friend, and say, "You broke my heart, Eddie. You broke my heart." Over the fact that he's no longer the creative head of WWE.
Snow globe in his hand, just laying out on his couch, just going, damn it. And it drops. End scene. The fuck's happening here?
Speaking more of
version of The Godfather.
Speaking of McMahon's, have you noticed that Vince's grandson, Shane's son, wait, is it Shane's son, right?
Yes.
King finally crashed.
Wait, is Shane's son? Yeah, the football one. Yeah, that looks like similar to Vince McMahon.
Oh, Declan, yes.
They said there's a possibility that the son of Shane would want to step into WWE as like a business savvy person or something.
Well, as long as he's not stepping inside the ring after what happened at WrestleMania 39, learn from example.
Here comes the mud. Oh.
Here comes the
I tore myself worse than Vince tore his quad walking down to the Royal Rumble.
Oh wait, he tore it worse than Vince's squad and Kevin Nash's squad.
Oh God.
And worse than Sid Justice WCW injury.
Oh, okay. We don't talk about that. No.
We don't talk about that. That's almost we don't talk about that.
Look, guys, we gotta wrap this up. It's already past 2 a.m.
Oh yeah, it is.
I into a freaking spit firing oblivion when I was just talking about contracts. Bottom line, folks, stay with us for December. Stay tuned for the year's end. We'll see what we approve, what we deny, what we hope for, and everything else outside. Thank you for tuning in once again to the ATW View. On behalf of Lex, King, Eric, on behalf of those that not here but always love, Cindy, JD, Casey Flynn, why are you freaking swerving? And the entire ATW crew, we are ATW. We swerve when we drive, we swerve when we save, make a positive impact in life. Goodbye and good freaking night. Family, get off this freaking set. Bang.
Yay,
Hey.
Yay, Ali. Coliseon, Rampage, Dynamite.
You freaking motherfucker! You have to get out there! You can't leave long enough alone! You ain't part of me,
Killer Kelly. Red.
We're gonna get off this case. Let her do her own thing. And no, I'm not part of her OnlyFans, okay? And what is
Scissor me, yay, Ali.
You first driven community, you freaking millennial full of shit.
Killer Kelly. Oh, red everything. Yes, red.
Just because you can't get a woman of your own, get out and get some damn stuff on it. Damn it! Thank you for tuning in.